Hey, uniquely. Hey, come on in, y'all. Can you hear me? Oh, yes, you can. Y'all can hear me. Okay. I have to test that button out because sometimes it don't always go crazy around. Yeah. I- when when is it not crazy? That's the question. That's the real question. When is it not crazy? You know, I was going through I was going through some old video. Y'all can't see my face because, honey, my hair ain't combed. The grandkids just left. I was, sharing some stuff, working on my VMO, whatever however you pronounce it. And and on my VMO, I was going through old videos. Y'all, I was going through old videos. And some of the videos were when my children were younger. Like Angel was like 4 or 5 years old. The twins were like 5 or 6 years old. And I remember my kids always say, Mom, you used to be a housewife and you used to do this. You ain't a housewife no more. I say, I sure not. And I noticed that when I was going through those videos and I was calling Binge, look at you. And I saw how much of a family person I was. And I saw how, like I said, when you have children and especially younger children, you have to do things differently. And there was a lot of things that I had to do differently when my children were younger. And time changes every day and time passes every day. And I was thinking about sharing, and I may still do it. I was thinking about sharing some of those videos with you guys. Some of the videos that I was going through in the older videos were back, when I was with my husband. So he's in some of the videos as well, with me and the younger children and all of that. But it just shows you how time has changed and how we adapt to certain, you just adapt to certain situations. You adapt with time. You go along with the program. And if you think what I'm saying does not make sense, if you think what I'm saying is like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about, go back and watch old videos. Go back and watch your old videos. Go watch old videos of content creators that you like, and then watch videos today that's based on, and you will see how the structure of everything changes. The family structure. Let me tell you something. I'm a mom. I'm always be a mom. That's never going to change. I'm always be family oriented. That's never going to change. But when you go back and if you watch my old videos, you will see where I was looking at a video today. And Angel was about 4 or 5 years old in that video. She was so cute, y'all. And Angel was getting up in the morning, and I was already up getting breakfast and getting things ready for the children. And I remembered back then, because when they were 4 or 5 years old, I had to get up and get them breakfast ready. And she was getting up, and then one of the twins will wait. The babies, the kids, they wake up one by one. Each one after the other, they wake up. But as a mother, as a parent, you already have to have breakfast started. You already have to have things together. I was watching videos where I cooked dinner every day. Now, let's fast forward to today. Fast forward to today, Angel's 13 years old. The twins are 14 years old. I ain't getting up at no 6, 7 o'clock in the morning making their asses no goddamn breakfast. That don't mean I don't love them. I make sure it's breakfast in the house to be made, but I no longer get up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on a weekend to make them breakfast. You see what I'm saying? They can come and tell me, Ma, we ain't got no more milk. And I say, okay, I'll go get some milk. They can come and tell me, Ma, ain't no more eggs or bacon. I'll say, okay, when I go back out, I'll grab some eggs or bacon. But I'm not saying to them, what you want to eat, babe? You know, what you want, cereal, you want, you want bacon and eggs, you want this, that. At dinner time, I'm not cooking at 6 o'clock and making sure that they got dinner and making sure that their chores, that the house is cleaned and everything is done, back to back to back to, because they're older now. Now it's like, did y'all eat? Y'all, some of you mothers know what I'm talking about. You ask your kids, you say, did y'all eat? Did y'all asses eat? And they'll tell you either yes or no. And if they tell you no, you'll be like, oh, okay. If they tell you yes, you'll be like, oh, okay. But you're not getting up finna make that. If they 14, 15, 16 years old, you're not getting up and doing the same thing. That part as well, uniquely made. We're older as well. The things that I was able, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I think I'm gonna share this video. I was looking at the video, and back then I was 40 years old. One of the videos I mentioned my age. I was 40 or 41 years old. When you look at the video, honey, I look like I was 20 something. Y'all see that picture of me? You looking like that? That picture right there, I was in my 30s. This picture that I got up now, I was in like my 30s. But if y'all look at that picture, don't I look like I'm in my 20s? I look like I'm like maybe 22, 23 years old, 25. If you say, some of you all say, I look like I was in my 20s. So when I was looking at that video, if I had not said my age on that video, I would have said, hell no, I ain't no 40 years old. Ain't no way I'm 40 years old on that video. But I said my age, and I was like, damn, I'm 40, and I was doing all this shit at 40. Now, fast forward to today. I'm 51 years old. Okay, I'm 51 years old today. And these bones don't do what they do back then. Thank you, uniquely. They don't move like they move. I got up this morning. Let me tell you, I ain't gonna even lie. I rolled out of bed. And I got up this morning and went to the bathroom, and I came back, and Angel said, what's wrong, Ma? I said, oh, my back hurt. She said, your back hurt? You want me to bring you some water? I said, no, I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Uniquely, do you remember? You said, trust you, baby. Do you remember back when our parents used to be, I could remember like it was yesterday, when my Nana used to say, baby, I'm just going to sit here for a minute. And we used to think back in the day, they was faking, like ain't nothing wrong with Nana. I never forget. I'm like, Nana was just moving around yesterday and this and that. And then the day she'll get up and then, and you be like, Nana, come on, we ready to go. And she said, wait a minute, baby. I'm just going to sit here for a minute. And I get that now. We didn't get that then, because I'm 51, and even though I look good, okay, I look okay. No, fuck that. I look good. I ain't for downplay myself for nobody. The haters can say what they want. I look good. Yes, I sound my mom now. May she rest in peace. Amen. Yep. God bless her uniquely. And I sound like how my Nana and how my mom is. I remember those times when she say, baby, I'm just going to sit here and rest. I remember when she would say her foot hurt. And you'll be like, you ain't walked nowhere all goddamn day. My mother used to say all the time. Now, mind you, my mom didn't drive. We didn't drive. We didn't have a car. So anytime my mother was a walking ass woman. Everywhere we went, she walked. We walked to the store. Okay. We walked to the school. We walked every place we had to get around. If we couldn't take a bus, if we couldn't take a taxi, we walked. We walked. That's right. I'm 57, Miss Gina. So, you feel me? Uniquely, I love you, baby. You feel what I'm saying. You get it. We got 12 people in the house. Can y'all thumbs up this video? Can you please thumbs up this video? You get exactly what it is that I'm saying. Don't you have them days that you just don't feel like you don't even feel like washing your face? You understand me? You don't even feel like I will get up, and let me tell you, my kids are amazing. My kids are amazing because they'll say, Mommy, we'll just get in the tub. If you get in the tub, you'll feel 100% better. But sometimes you have them days, baby, you don't even want to walk to the tub. You don't even want to get up and go pee. You know how when you just don't even want to take those couple of steps to the bathroom, you have to wait till the pee is almost about to squirt out your twat before y'all think some of y'all think I'm playing. Uniquely feeling me. Uniquely is feeling what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't even want to take those extra steps to the bathroom. You'll be like, oh shoot, I'm about to pee on myself. And then you get up and you go because your body just won't allow you to. You do so much stuff, and sometimes you don't even have to do a lot of stuff, but it's just that your bones are getting older. Your mind is getting older. Your skin, honey, I look at Angel now. Angel is 13 years old, right? And we call her Thickum, Thickum thighs, because Angel got some thick old healthy thighs and stuff. Now, imagine you, Miss Gina got some thick old Thickum thighs, right? But the elasticity, the collagen is not in my thighs anymore like they are in Angel's. So Angel's is tight, right? You don't see no cellulite, honey, or nothing, even though they thick, right? Us, honey, we got the rolling pin down them legs. We got to work it out and stuff. When you get a little bit of flab under the arm, you got to start doing them scrunches and crunches and everything else. When you get a little bit flab over here, you got to do that. And you notice that everything is different. It's just not like it. Honey, I look at, even, our hands, you can just see it. We have to work harder. Our hands are getting older. Our nails are getting old. Before you used to be able to move your hands around, your fingers around and stuff. Now they cramp up on you. You got to pop them and crack them and you got to do all kind of stuff now because they will literally cramp up on you. But and then you see these young ones. Look, I was barbecuing yesterday. And something had fell on the floor. I dropped something. I can't remember. I was in the kitchen. And I dropped, I don't know if it was the pot holder or a fork or whatever it was. But baby, I couldn't even get uniquely. I couldn't even get down, bend over to pick it. I was like, baby, come on here. I said, baby, come on. One of y'all come over here and pick this up for mama. And I remember those days when my mother used to do it and my nana used to do it. And I'm like, she could have just bent down and picked that up. That one, uniquely, I'm telling you, I had to get on my knees and ask God for forgiveness. Like, my nanas, neither one of them are not here no more. God rest their soul. They watching down on me. Thank God that my mom, she is still here. She's still living. But I had to say, Lord Jesus, forgive me. And God said, baby, I know you were young. I know you were young. But the thing that I love about my children, they understand. You see how my son had said, he said, because I was calling him every time I was watching the video, I said, Ben, look at you. One of the videos was Ben had to be every bit of maybe 8, maybe 10 or something. I said, Ben, come and look at you. And Ben was like, oh my God, Mom, look at that. And even then, we were getting in the van and we was finna get ready to go take the kids to the park. And I had a little walker back then because I was in a car accident. And I wound up, throwing my back out. And so back then, even to this day now, I can only stand for so long. I can only sit for so long. That's why I'm always moving around and all this kind of stuff. And Ben said, and Ben is 18 now, and he said, man, Ma, they were so advanced back then. Them kids was advanced. And I said, just like now, look at my grandbaby now, Trayana. She's so advanced, know everything. Honey, I went downstairs to cut the air off, and to get me some ice. When I came back upstairs, she said, Nana, that's what I'm supposed to get your ice. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't thinking. You're right. You were supposed. She said, I was supposed to go downstairs to get your ice, Nana. And I was like, oh, yeah, you sure was. But I figured I was going downstairs anyway. I'll just get it while I'm down there. But honey, these kids, that's why you got to watch what it is that you say. You have to watch. Thank you, Uniquely. We have to watch what we do. Y'all be thinking these babies are not paying attention. Y'all think these kids don't be knowing what the hell you talking about. They're soaking it all up like a sponge, honey. They hear everything. They hear what you say. They see what you say. They see what you do. They know it all. And me just looking at the old videos of my children and how they were and how advanced. Oh my God, Angel been super smart. Angel been smart just all her life. And seeing what she's blossomed into now and seeing what she's done. And another reason I want to share those videos, because I always talk to you guys, and I'm talking to the queendom. I'm not talking to the bush people. I'm not talking to the cloud people. I'm definitely not talking to the slitherers. I'm talking to the queendom, because the queendom, they love me. They genuinely love me. They genuinely love my children, my family. Some of the bush people do too. You know, those that do. The cloud people as well. But I always discuss with you guys about my family and how I was when I was married. Let me tell you something. When I was married, baby, my husband didn't want for nothing. Do you understand me? He did not want for nothing. Miss Gina I cooked and cleaned every day. Do you understand me? My kids had breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. When they came home, honey, they came home and we was like, get them chores together, but and do what you need to do, and let's get ready for the next day. That's what we did. And I had to have things organized because it was so many children. You know, I had so many children in there. And like Uniquely said, now that we're older, you don't do as much. Honey, now I had them doing it. You know, exactly. That's what you was taught. And that's what my mother, if you go in my mom, and my mother is a hoarder, but my mom is that type of hoarder that everything has its place. Things might be stacked up. She might have 1,000 pictures. She might have 50 plates, you know, but it's a place for everything. Like, she's organized. She just don't like to throw anything away. But my mom was always clean. Hey, just read my book. How you doing, love? And that's just how she taught us. If my mother came to your house, baby, like now, if my mama, I got to get up and clean up now. I was washing clothes and stuff, and I'm folding clothes. And I said to myself, I got to get up and clean up, because even though if the average person was to come here, and even though they see clothes on my bed that I have to fold up from washing, and they may see I got my glasses on my bed, I got my laptop here, I took my earrings and jewelry off and I didn't put that up, that's still on my bed. I got some receipts and stuff that I didn't put up, that's still on my bed. So the average person might come in my room and say, girl, your room is clean, that little stuff, you could just get that up. But to my mother's standard, my mom would look at it as, it's 3:52 here in Chicago. It's 3:52. She would look at it as, honey, that shit should have been cleaned up at 8, 9 o'clock this morning. What was you doing all day? You didn't have to work. You didn't have to go to school. You didn't have to, you know, you didn't have any appointments done you had to get. My mother, like clockwork, went to bed at 7 o'clock at night. Every night, my mom will be in bed by 7 p.m. and she will be up with the birds. Do you hear me? My mother will be up at 4 or 5 o'clock. If the birds was chirping at 4, she was up at 4. Okay? If the birds was chirping at 5 a.m., she was up at 5 a.m. Timing for my question. Do you have a system for doing laundry? I sure do. You know what my system is? Just read my book. Go bring all them goddamn clothes and bring them and set them on the floor by the washing machine. And there is a light pile and a dark pile. You understand me? It's too many of us. I don't do put all the whites here, put all the pinks over here, put all the yellows, right here. Okay, we're going to do the light blues need to be over here. The blacks. Oh, no, we don't do that shit. My children know. My system is two piles, the light pile and the dark pile. And if you're confused about where that red shirt go or that pink shirt go, then some of your clothes might be a different color. They'll be clean, but they'll be a different color because it's only lights and dark. Now, when you start to pare down and you start to get to where you have only one kid in the house, maybe two kids in the house, your system might change. But when you have 9, 10, 15 kids in the house, okay, I had over this weekend, I had 7 kids in the house. No, we only doing lights and darks. That's it. Hey, Kiki love, how you doing, boo? And that's all we doing. And so, I let them know that now my kids, my children, they're old enough to wash their own clothes. And I'm pretty sure some of the people in the bushes and are probably saying, and some of the people in that's slithering around or even in the clouds are probably saying, but Miss Gina, you just said you got a 13-year-old, you got a 14-year-old, where those children are old enough to wash their own clothes. You have a point. But let me tell you this, when you're a single mother, okay, or a parent, period, let me just put it like that. It has nothing to do with being single mom or not. Let me put it this way. When you are a parent, right, and you got your good washer and dryer, your good washer and dryer, that you spent a lot of money for, where when these washing machines, these good washing machines, $800 for the washing machine, $800 for the dryer. You ain't finna let these goddamn teenagers come in there, overload, because these new washing dryers, you can't overload them with clothes. You understand what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna come in and let them overload your washer and dryer with clothes and soap detergent and all this stuff, and then they didn't ruin your system, and the only person got to come up with that $800 to replace it, or a lot of times it's probably $1,000 just to get the man to fix it. He'll tell you better off. It's gonna cost about $1,000 to put a new motor in it. It's gonna cost about maybe $800 to do whatever little work it is. I gotta order the part, and when you get through with all that, you might as well buy a new one. So you look at it as, look, I got to wash my clothes anyway. They could just come in here, throw them on the floor, make a pile, and then do what it do. Me, just that mothering thing, I like everything to be in their place. I like everything to be right. So what I will do is, after I wash the clothes and everything, I will call the kids and tell each of them, come and get your clothes. And they can get their own clothes. They can put them up. They can put them on the floor. They can do whatever they need to do with them. Mama washed them and mama dried them. But they gonna put it away. So it's just, certain things. Now, I had planned to get the regular, the older washer and dryer and put it downstairs so that they could just use that one. And they can wash their own things. I had planned to do that, but things have changed. I told you guys, Miss Gina is on this tiny house kick, right? I am on this tiny house kick, and honey, I've been seeing, and they got beautiful tiny homes for $15,000. Beautiful tiny homes for $25,000. You can get beautiful tiny homes if you really want it elegant and classy, $50,000, and they go up. So I'm really serious about getting a tiny home, and more than likely being in a tiny home probably by next year or the year after. I'm really serious. Benjamin is out of high school. Benj is grown, and so I don't have to worry about him. I just got the twins are going into high school. Angel has another year of junior high. So that's why I say probably next year or the year after, because then Angel would be with the twins again in high school because Angel graduates next year. So she'll be with the twins again in high school. They'll all be together. And then I could just go ahead and do my thing. And then they can, watch each other. Yes, that's really soon. Why you think, honey? Look, let me tell you something. Just read my book. My kids came in here today and I was on my cell phone laying in the bed. And they said, Mommy, what you doing? I said, watching Tiny Houses. They say, you watch. Let me tell you, when I get up, just read my book, I'm watching Tiny Houses. When I go to bed, I'm watching Tiny Houses. Okay. If I wasn't on here right now talking to you all, I'd be watching Tiny Houses. Okay. Definitely. Gotta run, talk to you later. Okay, Uniquely, thank you, love, for being here. Kiki said we have her washer machine where you have to use the laundry detergent. Yeah, and some of them got those laundry, those newer ones where you got to use the pods, where you can only use the pods, or you can only use certain dish detergent. So you have to be really, really careful. Hey, Winter. Hey, love. How you doing, boo? You have to be, really, 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 really careful with a lot of these newer washer and dryers. You have to be really, really careful. I'm talking about down to the point that even when you're using fabric softener, you can't just go and use the fabric. See, that's why I like the older ones, because the older ones, you can put any type of dish detergent you want up in there. You can overload that sucker as much as you need to overload it, and you're not going to, have any issues, and you're not going to have any problems. But these newer ones that's really costly, you have got to be careful. HE washer machines in the laundry detergent has to be HE on the bottom. Yeah, and if they don't, they will mess up and clog your wash machine. I know a person who they had just bought one of them type of washer and dryers that you have, Kiki. I think they spent, oh my God, $900 a piece for the washer and for the dryer. Brand spanking new. They used the wrong detergent, and they kept using the wrong detergent, and it clogged it up, and it wasn't working. And when they came back, when they called the fix-it guy and everything, he says it's not even worth being fixed. Check to see if you still got your warranty and stuff on it, because as much as it was gonna cost, because that stuff starts to gook up, it's like glue. If you use the wrong detergent and the wrong stuff, it will mess it up. So just like that, I have a really nice washer and dryer that's in my closet that I use. I rather use every now and then. I've shown Benjamin how to use it. So every now and then Benjamin will wash a small load, but I just tell him to make sure it's a full load. And but you got to be cautious. You got to be cautious, because, honey, I ain't worked in 3 months. I can't. If they break the washer and dryer, we in trouble. I told y'all my microwave is broke. The microwave burnt out. I can't just go to the Walmart, to the Target, and go and buy a brand new microwave. No, we gotta wait. They gotta go without. So they was lucky that I had a little mini itty bitty microwave at my office, that I was able to go to my office and get it. And that's what they're using, for right now. Cause I supposed to start this part-time job. I started Wednesday. And so you just have to be, cautious. I don't Kiki said, I don't like the small round machine. I like the machine with the lid top where you lift it. Me too. And you know why I love the machine with the lid that you lift up? Because when you forget something, you know how when the kids come and they forget a shirt or something, or you want to put that last towel in it, when you got the ones with the lid that lifts up, you can just go in there and throw it right in after you wash. When you got the round one where the door opens out, you can't do that. You can't. Is your microwave? No, my microwave's not built in. If you saw my kitchen, Kiki, I have a shelf that's under my cabinets where my microwave slides into. So all I have to do is unplug it and switch it out, and so that's all it is that I have to do. So no, it's not built in. It's just one that it came with the house, and they made a separate shelf and put it on there. But I can't afford to get another microwave right now. I can't afford. I think if I got a replacement microwave for that spot, it would probably cost me, if I got the same brand, because that was a GE. It was a GE microwave. It was pretty big. It wasn't the biggest one. It was probably the middle-sized one, but it was one of them good cooking microwave. So it probably cost me would cost me maybe about $80. Maybe $80. If it's on sale, if I'm lucky, I could probably get it for maybe 60 or 70. But nobody has $60 or $70 just laid around to go in, for a microwave, So, but like I said, I had a smaller, those smaller office microwaves. I had one in my office, and I got lucky because I had bought that off of Facebook Marketplace. I think I bought it from the guy for about $20, $25, and that was still at my office. And so we went there and to the office, and I just grabbed that one out, and then I brought it back home. So that's what they've been using until I could replace it. Just Reed said, I don't play around with my appliances. Those are major purchases in my eyes. I don't like front load washers. Yep, exactly. The other round machine is locked, so you can't put more clothes in. Yep, that's true. I like that picture of you, Miss Gina. Thank you, Winter. Thank you so much, love. I'm glad that you like that picture. Oh my God, let me tell you something. This picture is so old. This picture is about, how old is Angel? Angel's 13. This picture is about 12 years old. Angel was about a year old. She was about a year old, or barely a year old, when this picture was taken. So that picture was taken actually, about 12 years ago. That's an old picture of me. But so yeah, it's so much going on. But when you look at old pictures and you look at old videos and things like that, it brings back memories. And that's what it did. It brings back. No way, Miss Jenny, you still look the same. Thank you, Winter. Everybody says that. When they look at I was looking at the videos, and let me tell you something. Actually, some of the videos that I was on, that I looked at from my Vimeo, that was 11 years ago. I'm 51, so 10, 11 years. This was back when I was 40, 41 years old. I looked older back then than I did now. I was looking at how I did some of my makeup. I was just like, what was you thinking, girl? What was you honey? My wig was shifted and all this honey, y'all. Look, I wouldn't, if I decide to share those videos, and I probably will share one or two. Y'all ain't gonna have to clown me, because Miss Gina clowned herself. I clowned myself, but it was a joy. It was a joy just looking, at those videos and I remember, let me tell you something. My daughter, Kayla's a grown woman now. And beautiful, gorgeous girl. And when Kayla was younger, Kayla, you know how you have that one child, no matter what you tell them or how you tell them, when it's time to go to bed, take your clothes off, don't sleep in your clothes, come home, put on some shorts and a t-shirt if you want to take a nap or lounge around. And she was just that one kid, no matter what, she would just fall asleep in her clothes and sleep in them all day and all night. I was fussing at her every day. And so when I happened to look at that video, and I read the title, and the title said making breakfast for the kids, and it said fussing at the older kids about their chores and stuff. Who the first one I'm yelling at? Ma Kayla. She waking up in the morning, coming downstairs for breakfast, and got the same, didn't even take her shoes off, y'all. That video was so funny and so hilarious to me. I said, I should share this. I literally should really share this video. I may upload it and I may share it because I download a lot of those videos to my laptop, and so I just may share it with you guys. Yes, it sure does. When I be looking at my old pics, I be like, what happened? I used to wear a size 7 and 8 in jean size. Now I'm thick. You see my, yes, I seen it, Kiki, and we all think that way. I sit there and I look how, like, you know, I went up and down in weight, up and down in weight. Now let me tell you something. My boobies always been big. Before I even had children, my boobies was always big. That ain't never going nowhere. But as far as the thickum thighs and the thick hips and all, I didn't always have the thickum thighs, and I didn't always have the thick hips or anything, or you know, or all that stuff. So it's great to go and watch your old pictures, and I mean look at your old pictures and watch your old videos and everything. And let me tell you something. When we were all in, you know, our other house, the house that I was with my husband at that time, I loved it. I loved being a housewife. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I loved it. If you ask me, you know, do I regret how everything went out? Let me tell you something. One thing I never regret. I could never regret the beautiful children that my husband gave me. I could never regret marrying him because I chose to marry him. Do I love him? Yes, I love him to this day. I love him. Am I in love with him? No, I'm not in love with him. Would I ever take him back? All I can say is I could never say never. You know, you don't know what God has in store. Think people change, like we just talking about now. You go back and you look at the old pictures and everything, and you're not the same as you were before. You just, you know, as your children gets older and everything, like uniquely said, when your children change and they get older, we change and we get older too. And you have to understand that your mindset is not the same as well either. It changes. Winter said, I look totally different 15 years ago. I was 98 pounds and a size 2. Now I'm a size 14, 175 pounds, and look better now than I looked back then. Yep. You must have been a string being at 98 pounds, Winter. Yeah. Yep. But sometimes that's just how it is. Let me tell you something. I had gotten down to, and I could show y'all pictures, you guys, you know, pictures and video. I had 5 children. Do you hear me? I was down to my 5th, where I had, to my 5th kid. And I had no stomach. I weighed maybe barely 130 pounds. Okay. I was tiny than a mug. And every time I would go somewhere, people would ask me, how many kids you got? And I would say 5. They say, girl, you ain't got no 5 kids. And my friends and them would literally have to say, no, she does have 5 kids. And the funny part about it was they had 1 or 2, and they were twice as big as me. They would be like, Gina, where is your stomach? Where is your weight? Where's your honey, girl, honey? If I put a bikini on, a swimsuit on, honey, your mouth would drop. And no one ever believed that I had 5 children during this time. And the crazy part about it was just that every time, because these were single births. So every time that I had a baby, I would lose the weight really quick. If you nurse, everything goes back quick, honey, back into shape. If you nurse real good, and like I said, I walked everywhere. We walked, we did things at the park. I was very active because when you're in your 20s and 30s, and even in my 40s, I was very active, and so I lost the weight immediately. When I got thick was when I had them twins, baby. When I got pregnant with them twins and I dropped them twins, and right immediately after that, I got pregnant again with Angel. So I hadn't lost the baby weight right away from having the twins. I gained it back and more because I was pregnant again with Angel. Honey, I got pregnant with Angel and I looked like I was having twins all over again. They was like, are you having a second set of twins? I was like, no, they keep telling me it's one in there. And everybody kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I was just that big. When I had my first child, I left the hospital with a flat stomach. When I had my second, I blew up like a beach. That's why I tell everybody, everyone is different. It is for, every pregnancy is different. And it just is. I can tell you, even my first, I told you guys, my twins that I have now, they're my second set of twins. They're not my first set of twins. They are the first set of twins that I had given birth to and that survived. But my first set of twins, right now, today, they would have been 33 years old. They would have been grown and, doing their own thing. But I lost them. And but like I said, even then, I snapped back. I snapped back real quick. I used to wear a size 3 in jeans when I was 14. My niece used to wear a size 0 and size 3. Now she wears size 8 or 9 long length in jeans. Still slim as a tree. She's 5'10". Wow. Like she sound like my daughter, like Kia. My daughter Kia. My daughter Kia is really, really tall and really, really skinny. Cece. You said my niece is like Cece's size, but tall, 16 years old now. Yeah, Kiki. Cece wears like a size 4, or 5. Angel wears an 8 or 9. Angel's bigger than Cece, And so Cece is just, honey, if you blow on her, she gonna fly across the room. But she's strong, honey. That girl, she come home and she lift me up like it ain't. I'd be like, Sydney, put me down. Put me down. She'd be like, Mom, you want me to carry you? And the first time I said, girl, you can't carry me. That girl grabbed me and picked me for her to, them little bitty chicks, I'm telling you, don't underestimate they ass because they strong. And Cece lift weights. She does all that. She's a health addict. She's healthy. She doesn't drink pop, and she be like, Mom, I want water. When other kids want juice, me, y'all know I gotta have my soda. I gotta have my soda pop, whatever you want to call it, my ice. Cece want water around the clock. She drinks water. That's all she drink. If she does drink something with a little flavor, she'll drink kombucha. She drinks that. So me, I told y'all, don't give me nothing healthy. I don't want that healthy shit. I want what they say, it don't have no MSG in it and all. I want all that. I want all that. I wear a size 15 in jeans with the 3% spandex in the jeans because of my hip. See, that's me and you. Me and you. Yep. That's how I gotta wear. I can wear a size 14 to a 16, depending on if the jeans have that spandex elasticity in them or whatever. If it does not stretch out or what, because of my hips and my behind. Yep. My shirts, depending on the shirt, I can wear an extra large shirt. Some shirts I can wear medium, depending on how it's made. But I got boobs for days. No matter if I wear a t-shirt, a sweater, or no matter what, you're going to see these big titties. That's just, how it's going to be. But, yeah, you just, as you get older, we have to take care of ourselves, mind, body, soul, everything, it changes. And I was just thinking about that, and I saw all that, when I was looking at the videos and everything. I was like, dang, my total mindset is different. It's not even the same as it was before. And so, but I'm still a family person. I'm still family oriented. I'm just not the housewife. I'm not that housewife that I was before. And who's to say that I wouldn't be it again? Like I told you guys, if I got into another serious relationship, with my guy, he's not going to have to come in from a hard day's work and wonder why ain't no food cooked. He would never have to come in from a hard day's work where he says, his back hurt, his feet hurt, and his bath water isn't already ran, especially if he said, I can stay home. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all ladies gotta work it out. If your man is saying, baby, you can stay home. You can stay home and take care of the kids. You can stay home and just do you and rest and all that stuff. Then you supposed to make it as pleasant, as wonderful, as beautiful, as amazing as you can for him. That's just what you're supposed to do. And a lot of women, because of today's mindset and everything, they don't care, they don't do it. And there are a lot of us that are still out here today that we want that. We want to take care of our man, especially if they taking care of us. If mine's taking care of me, because honey, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of having to get up and struggle, and I'm tired and my back hurts, and I got, like, now the boys, they wanted to do, I told you guys we were supposed to do the s'mores. We're supposed to do the s'mores today. And I didn't feel like going to get no charcoal or nothing. Any more charcoal. I didn't feel like doing that, getting that. I don't know who this is. It says view. I don't know if this is the real view in the back. Hold on, guys.
Hi, Miss Gina. This is the real view.
Right. Okay. I don't know.
You have to be so careful here on the YouTube. These trolls are just taking over.
Yes, and they like to come over here and mess with me. So.
I want to say happy Memorial Day to you. And I think this is actually the first time that I've ever spoken with you. And I want to say, if there's anything that I have ever done to you, I apologize.
Thank you, View. I so appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you've never done anything to me. I think we've been in scrapping wars with other people, and then somehow we may bump heads here and there. But I just want to say that. And I really want to say that because I don't know, did you know we lost a YouTube sister on Sunday?
No, I did not.
Queen of Crazies, or Little Crazies. She used to do mukbangs, and she would, and hello to everybody in YouTube land. She did mukbangs. Her and I used to beef for a minute. We beef. I think I gave her first strike. But a couple months ago, she sent me a very touching Instagram message, and she apologized to me, and she just, oh my God, it was so sweet. I'm not going to share exactly everything that she said. And so I had been interacting with her, and we were actually going to be doing a collab. And I just recently found out, actually today, I was on Gossip Girl's channel, and I found out that the Queen of Crazies, or Little Crazies, passed away. And I don't know anything about the details, but we've been on here for so long. I've seen like maybe 10 of the YouTubers pass away, and
yes,
and I just wanted to let you know that, even though you may not have known who she is, but she enjoyed YouTube just as much as we all do.
And I say it all the time, like, life is just too short. Tomorrow is not promised, and people they like bickering and going through. I'm the one that I always say when somebody hurt my feelings, especially when I know that I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm one that I share it. And I remember like when I was your moderator and everything, and we were all cool. And I was like, what did I do with
I don't
you?
even know. I don't even
I
know.
I said we were cool. I said I was one of the first one. I don't know if you remember that said I
Yes,
had
ma'am.
just moved in my home and I was like,
Yes,
come here.
ma'am.
I got
Yes,
an
ma'am.
extra room.
Yes, ma'am. I remember.
But you hurt my feelings, honey. I'm woman enough to say you hurt my feelings was hurt, girl. I just
Yeah.
was like, I didn't do anything, but I get it.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
how the YouTube thing works, and when you get with certain people and that's how, and they no longer like you, they don't want, and if you're with them now they don't want you to like that person either, because
Yes.
I had people that was, trying to do all that to me and
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth. And one thing I am is a forgiving woman. And I've
I
always
am too.
liked you. I've always loved you. I've always had love for you, and I still do. So you really, I don't know if you know, but this really touched me, and I really appreciate you coming on here and saying that.
Well, I was trying to catch you a couple of times, but I guess the other lives that you were having, the StreamYards, there was a lot already going on, and I was like, I'm not
Oh,
going in there for that. I was like, oh, hell no. Shit, I got shit going on my own goddamn life. I ain't going over here to sign up
right.
for that. So I'm glad I
Exactly.
caught you while you didn't have anybody else on your live right now. I
Thank
know
you.
that'll change, but yeah, I said, oh, hell, I ain't going up in there. Oh,
Yeah, I
hell.
wanted to make today. I figured today is Memorial's Day, and
Yeah.
I know even now it's a lot of messiness and stuff that's just going on. And every now and then I try to just do something that's really, really different. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I was sharing with everybody, and I shared a couple of videos, and I was telling them that I was looking at old videos from my children and when they were younger and all that stuff. And when you're looking at stuff it makes you think.
Yes, it does.
It gets you. And like you said, this YouTuber just passed away. It's just like, oh my God, because people they don't think about tomorrow. They don't think about next week. They always think about the past. They always think about what happened way back then. They'll bring up something that happened yesterday, the day before, but they won't talk about tomorrow or
Yeah.
next week, and then you hold all those grudges from me. I'm up in age now. I'm not as healthy as I used to be. I ain't got time to hold no grudge. I
Yeah.
think that if a woman is woman enough to come and tell you, I am sorry, why can't we be woman enough to be forgiving? That don't mean that you got to fall in love with the person and you
No.
do all this, but I think that we could be cordial, and we should be
Exactly.
able to be cordial to each other, and then just move on forward past that.
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree. And life is too short, and you never know. Every day we wake up, first of all, we should be thankful. And to just sit here with all this anger and rage, and then to carry it on to another day and another day. Now, this young lady, all she liked to do was get on here and do her YouTube videos, just like we all do. And
Yeah.
so now she's no longer here. And
Wow.
so you just can never, I don't know the details. Hi, Miss Kenya. I don't know the details. And if I did, I don't think I would, share it like that. I just
Right.
wanted people to just say, rest in peace and just say a little prayer for her family. Because, she was a strong supporter here on the YT. Her and I used to go back and forth, and then say, what the hell are we arguing about?
Right.
I don't even know.
Sometimes you don't even know. I was just saying, and I don't know if you was on, if you heard me, but I was just saying back when I can remember when, my mom
Mhm.
was older and my grandma, and they would say, honey, come on in here and pick that up and hand me this and do this and that.
Mhm.
And as a kid growing up, I'd be like, now she knows she could have went over there and grabbed.
Right.
Now she knows she could have. As a kid, when you're young,
Mhm.
you're so mean, and we selfish. But I literally today had to say, and neither one of my nanas is here on my mom's side or my father's side. They're not here anymore. But when I got up today, I literally had to not only just pray, but say, Nana, forgive me for everything that I had did, because when I rolled out of bed today, I could barely walk to the bathroom. And my daughter said to me, Mom, you want me to run you some water to soak? Like, her mindset was different than mine at that age. And Angel's 13. Now, I remember when I was 13, I was like, if she don't get her butt up and go to that bathroom.
Treat me like a slave. I used to say that under my breath till one time my grandmama heard me say that, girl. I got knocked clear the fuck out.
Yes. Yes. And we don't think about that now. And I was just like, you know, my daughter could have had that same answer. Like, woman, if you don't get up and go in there and get in the tub and soak. But she knew I was in pain. And she was like, Mommy, do you want me to run you some bath water and put some Epsom salt in there and do this and that? And it's just like, y'all, like, we really, 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 really have to, you know, be mindful that none of us could be here tomorrow holding grudges, and you don't even know, you know, by the time the week is over or 3 days then pass, you don't even know what y'all argued about.
Not one thing, nothing. Not, and her email to me, because I hadn't watched her, because I think I striked her channel. I think I was the first person because her and I were really beefing, like, and to me, when we started beefing, I was like, well, why are we? I didn't even really know the lady. But the next thing I know, I'm at war, and so, you know, when you're at war, you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. Yeah, that's
but
true.
Then she like I said, I didn't watch her, and, you know, people pick sides and stuff like that. But like I said, a couple months ago, she sent me the most tear-jerking message through Instagram, and I was so touched. And I immediately replied and said, I definitely accept your apology, and I am apologizing to you, because whatever we did and talked about and made videos and everything, I mean, it wasn't even anything. We don't really know each other. So I learned after I reconnected with her on her channel that she had a weight reduction surgery, and she was losing weight, and she was looking really good. She was eating portion control meals. She was, you know, maintaining her health, and, you know, and she was very positive. And she was like, when I first saw her, that's how I knew her. But whatever happened, it must have been something I don't even really know. But I'm very grateful that she did reach out to me, because I would not want to have that negative energy on me. Now the woman's passed, and then all she's going to remember about me is me and her beefing. No, and that's why I wish people would stop all of this beefing and doxing and all that.
That's because you know what, it goes too far. You know, back when we were young, it was called the dozens. You know, remember you?
Yeah, the dozens, the mama jokes.
Yeah, the mama jokes. You know, your mama so fat, whatever. And y'all, you might have got mad or pissed off at them for that day, but the next day you got people. We were back friends. You back talking. You're back doing it again. And it's like today, I get, you know, the gags, and I get when everybody's not gonna like everybody and they're gonna do this. The problem that I have is when they go and start doxing and start, you know, wanting to make issues for you at work, or want to get you kicked out of your home, want to start bringing your children into it and all of that kind of stuff. That's where it's like, why can't we just do the dozens again? Why it can't be, bitch, I don't like you, your mama look like shit, and then we can just move on, and then tomorrow we might kick it. Why does it have to be that they want to? That's why I was like, because I'm one, as you know, I like to share, and I love to share family stuff, and I love for people to see me and my kids happy and doing things, because everybody don't always have that. People don't always. I didn't have that growing up. Like, I'm the first to admit, my mother was not that mother that gave you hugs and said she loved you. She was just not an affectionate person. And so, you know, my kids can just come in my room and say, Mom, you want a glass of water? And then they'll give me a hug and a kiss, and they'll walk back out. I never got any of that. And so as when I started like doing volunteer work, and I started doing other stuff, I found out that I wasn't the only one. You know, there was a lot of other kids, and there was a lot of other adults now that they didn't get that either. And so when I share my family videos, like I shared my daughter's birthday party, I shared my birthday party and stuff. I got so many emails and I got so many messages from people saying, Miss Gina, you don't know how you just made my day, just seeing you and your family and how happy you are. And we watched it over and over and over again, because life can do y'all not understand that life can end at any moment? This world is being destroyed. Like, we are being destroyed. Y'all can walk out. All they got to do is push a button and we can be disintegrated in seconds. Like, they could say, I'm tired of that area over there, that outbreak, the coronavirus is over, populating over there, and it's too bad and we can't do nothing about it. Let's take them out. Let's take this area out. And folks are not thinking about that. We need to be doing things that's going to self-sustain us. We need to be doing things that where we can just, work together and we can just uplift that. And I haven't seen so much of that or none of that until I start getting into the tiny homes videos. Every time
I love the tiny homes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hooked on it. And I just love, it's not just about them downsizing and trying to save money, but they're growing their own food. It's more healthy.
Miss Gina, can you straighten something out in your chat? I think somebody's trying to figure out if Miss Gina is not dead. Miss Gina is here.
I'm right here.
No, the Posh Life Queen. I guess you have a new name. No, that's her Cash App name.
That's my Cash App.
Okay, so that Miss Gina's alive. I'm talking to her. I don't talk to dead people.
I am very much alive, guys. I am here. I am here.
That's her Cash App name. So if you want to go ahead and rest in peace her some Cash App money, go ahead and use that Cash App right there.
Okay, come on and talk, because my kids, my boys, I have 3 graduate. Their graduation is on Friday, honey. They need haircuts and all kind of stuff. So y'all just go right on ahead and bless the queen.
Okay, Kenya says she know. Okay, I'm just teasing. No, it's okay. Just your live. I'm sorry. But I just wanted to make sure people didn't think that you had passed. It was another young lady here that was a YouTube content creator. Where's the lady picture who died?
Who died? We don't have her picture.
That's her picture. Is she alive? Gina, they confused because you got a cute little photo over here. They try
me. That's my picture. We don't have a picture of the lady that passed away, Kenya. We was just talking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
I was just showing some respect and just for a little, little positive memorial kind of thing. And we were just talking about how, you can't be on here one day and be mean and messy, and then you're gonna carry stuff to the grave and stuff, and then you just never know. I be mean and messy to somebody, and the next day they died. How do you think that's gonna make me feel?
It will affect you. Look, let me tell you something. My sister, it's been 2 years now, and my sister was murdered. And I told everybody, I was in my car accident December 30th, and I had to be cut out of my vehicle, and I was luckily, thank God, I was able to walk away from it. New Year's Day of that year, New Year's Day, my sister had passed away. Now, mind you, she called me 3 days prior, and I rushed her off the phone because I was like, I don't have time. She's gonna ask me for money. She had a substance. She was a crackhead. I'm not, I'm tell it like it is. She was on crack, and she had been dealing with that, for about 30 years. And so when I rushed her off the phone, the last thing she said to me was, all right, Jean, well, I love you, and I'll see you on New Year's when you come to Atlanta, because my son had planned the trip for all of us to go to Atlanta to see her and my mom and everybody. Well, that never happened because she died New Year's Day. And do you not know that it bothers me even to this day, because I rushed her off the phone and I could have talked to her
for no reason.
For no reason. I rushed her off. So a person, like you said, tomorrow, it's not promised, and you got to be careful the things that you say to people, the things that you do, because it will tear you apart if you find out you know what, they died. Did you know that person died? And you didn't said all kind of bad stuff, and you didn't even have a chance to rectify. It will kill you. It was
Well,
brilliant because I think about it like all the time. Every time somebody mentions her name, every time we talk about it, the first thing that pops in my head is I rushed her. I rushed her off for just for pettiness, just for because I didn't want to be bothered. But
yeah,
she did say at the end of that call, I love you.
isn't that something?
That was the last word. And that's why I have a habit of saying that to everybody. I say it to
Yeah,
my kids. My kids go to school. When they wake up, when they walk into my room, they just going to bed. I say it because if I don't wake up in the morning and somebody say, what is the last thing your mom said to you? I want them to say, she told me she loved me.
yes, that's awesome.
You don't want them to say, well, she cursed me out, called me all kind of names.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want anybody, to remember that. And there's a lot of people that went through different things like that. And they can never take back. I'm 51. Let me share this story with you all for a second. My father came to visit us on a weekend. I can remember it like it was yesterday. And my mother, because my mom had her new boyfriend, and my mother said to him, well, you're going to have to see them on the front porch. You can't come in my house because my new boyfriend is here. And
Mm-hmm.
so my father, he talked to us, he hugged me, he kissed me, and I begged him to take me with him. And he says, Gina, I can't take you. Poppy will come back. I'll get you, another day, and I'll take you with me or whatever. Now, this is the weekend. Monday morning, I go to school and the school says, Gina, you got to go home. I said, what do you mean I got to go home? I wasn't late. You got to go home. Just go home. My mother comes walking down the street. She was a crossing guard. She's walking down the street. She's in tears. Do you know my father drunk himself into, I don't know, oblivion and went
Mm-hmm.
to work, and he was driving the forklift and drove the forklift into some crates, and it killed him instantly over that
Oh my
weekend.
goodness. Oh my
So
goodness.
he didn't even have the chance to sit down with us like a normal parent and just enjoy his children for that moment. We had to enjoy ourselves for those few minutes on the porch because it was pouring down, raining, it was cold. He didn't want us to be out there. But my mom was being so spiteful at that time. Instead of her as an adult and her new boyfriend as an adult saying, man, come on in here, enjoy this time with your children, and he can go on. He was upset. He was bothered by it. He went and started drinking. And I was literally, when my father passed away, I was about 12 or 13 years old. I look at my daughter now, she's 13 years old,
Yeah.
and so I went all these years. That's the time in your life that you need your dad. And that's the time in your life that you should have that person. But that's the last memory that I have of him. I don't have a good memory, of him. I have a memory that we had to rush a meeting, a visit that had to be rushed because my mom didn't want to disappoint her boyfriend. So
I know. Miss Posh Life Queen, Miss Gina, can you read your flamboyance creators um digital designs comment?
hello, Miss Shannon chat. Hi, you're flamboyant. I love you were the last words my son said and I said to each other. Wow. So sorry for your loss. Thank you. Thank you. You're flamboyant. Thank
So
you.
she just
And
said
I,
what you just said.
yeah,
She just said what you said when you see your kids. I love you. I love
I
you,
love
mommy.
you.
I love you.
Yeah. I said 24/7. The kids, quickly when I'm on live or when I'm talking, I'll break away. Like I don't even tell my chat or anybody, y'all hold on a minute. I just break away quickly and immediately start, communicating with my children. And my son came in, he took his shower last night. He took his shower. He came in to bring the clothes in my room because the washer and dryer is in my room. And he brought his clothes in here. And as he was leaving out, I said, I love you. He said, I love you too, mom. And when it's like, it's just a habit. It's normal to do that because you never know
Mm-hmm.
what
Yeah.
might happen. You never know when that person is my mother. I feel for my mom to this day. My mother shouldn't be burying her daughters.
No.
Her daughters, we all should be getting
To be the
together.
reverse, exactly.
Yeah. And so, and my mom, she's alone. She's in Atlanta. She's in a nursing home. My mother only had 3 daughters. So now she's down to 2. It's just us. And even to this, me and my younger sister, that was my middle sister that passed away. But me and my younger sister, we're not close either. We don't talk. We don't, say happy holidays or any. She didn't call me for my birthday, which was just last month, to say happy birthday, sis. And I didn't call her for hers, and it's horrible because the last time we saw each other or even spoke was when we were burying our sister. And it's horrible.
And that's not, and that's not good. And
It's
I
not.
understand that.
Yeah.
You touched on some things that I haven't shared, but I won't do it here on your platform, but I'll do it because I'm trying to wrap my mind around how when I get old, and I'm old really right now, who's going to
Yes.
take care of me? The care that I have been given for my older relatives.
Yes.
Some of them been beefing with each others. I got some aunts, they've been fighting with each other and they don't even want to talk. So I have tried to help them mend their fences. But in the meantime, one ended up passing away. And I'm like, so this is how this sister is gonna remember you in her death, in her transition. And then the thing that I don't care for, when somebody does die, they're like, oh, they're showing all this love and all this support. I'm like, well, what about when they were alive? Why didn't you show any of this attention? Why didn't you help them go to get some fresh food, some organic food, some vegetables, their prescriptions? Why am I? Well, because I don't want to say, I'm not trying to make this a pity party, but
Right.
it's just a certain order of things that should happen in the life, in the world. When you got kids, your kids should take care of you.
Right.
So why am I taking care of my cousin's parents?
Right.
If you know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah.
Because I have a conscience. I know we're all family, but you got kids. Now, what did you do to your kid so that your kid doesn't even want to get your prescriptions?
That's true.
Or take you to the doctor.
Or even, I have family members and stuff, and people get upset because, folks see on the video how my children love up on me every time they come, and my older children and everything. And I thank God, even though I get talked about and teased all the time, you got 9 kids. Why would you have 9? But check this out. As I get older, it's 7 days in a week, right? Mm-hmm. I got 9 kids. If each one of my children popped up and checked on me one day, somebody's getting a day off.
Right. And you blessed.
I'm blessed. I'm surely blessed. My mom is lucky that she has 2 daughters left that can take care of her. Mm-hmm. There's some people, they never had children. They don't have anyone at their older. Like I said, I had to roll out the bed and I could barely even get to the bathroom. But I got 5 kids in the house that I can say, come and help me. There are actually people that don't, women, men, whatever, don't have anyone that they can call and say, can you help me to the washroom? Can you bring me a glass of water? Can you, do this and that? No one has that. They don't have that. And
even if they have, I apologize. Even if they have it and the kids don't do it, I mean, they don't go in and step in and help mom or help dad.
Yep. Yes.
That's horrible.
It is. It is so horrible. I've worked in home health care, and I've worked in home health care where the children lived like right down the street, and they would never come and visit their parents. They wouldn't see if they had food. They wouldn't see if they were okay. And the neighbors and the doctors would say to me, oh my gosh, you are awesome. You are, to come here and to work after hours and to, make sure that they have what they needed before you leave. They would say, did you know that her daughter lives right down the street? And I would say, no, I didn't know that.
Hello.
and it's sad. And so it makes you wonder, why is it that your mom lives right down the street and she's not doing good? What happened, during that time that would make you not want to go and make sure that your elderly mom or elderly dad is okay?
Mhm.
But people, they hold grudges. Folks hold grudges. Like I said,
Grudges, girl. Yeah.
it took my mother 30 years, View, 30 years. I can tell you down to the day for her to say she loved me and
Yeah.
to apologize for the things that had happened in my life when we grew up. And let me tell you, I cried, I balled up. I was in her arms like a little baby, like
Yes,
a
ma'am.
little baby. and
Mhm.
and now we have the best relationship ever. And
That's
even
great.
through then, I would always say, that's my mother. I'm not throwing my mother under the bus for nobody. I love her, but
Mhm.
I had to let her know that I need for you to give me this, to apologize to me for what you did. Don't tell me what happened to you as a child, because that's something you should have took up with your mom.
Mhm.
and,
Exactly.
and so, and I needed that. And for so many years, even my son, and my son is 32, my oldest son, he would say, no, Granny wants to apologize. Granny wants our relationship to be better. And she would come to my house and she would say, well, Gene, I'm sorry, but did you know what happened to me and such and such? And I would be like, see, here we go. I don't care about what happened to you.
Right.
Let's talk about me and you.
Me. Let's
Yes,
talk about me,
yes,
girl. If you didn't say that, I was getting ready to say
yes.
it. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me. And finally, one day, I, I was driving for Uber, and this was maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years. I was driving for Uber, and one day I just came home. It was the summer. The kids were off from school. My older children were doing their thing or whatever, and I said to the younger kids, "You guys want to drive to Atlanta?"
Mm.
And they said, "Yeah." And right before that, my children had asked me, "Mommy, do you have a mom or a
Oh.
dad?" They didn't even know that I had a
Mhm.
mom or a dad, because they had never seen any pictures and I had never talked about my mother.
Yeah.
And so that touched me for I never want to leave here, and I never want my children definitely to not know that they do have a grandparent, even though my father's gone, but they still have a grandmother that's here. So I said, do you guys let's just go to Atlanta. And we
Mhm.
packed up and we got in the car and I drove out there, and I went to visit my sister, and my sister said, you want to go visit mom? And I said, yeah. And my mom asked us to come back the next day, and she was going to cook and she was going to do all this stuff. And View, right there in that kitchen, my mother broke down and she said to
Mm.
me, I love you, and
Mm.
I'm sorry for everything that I've done. And
Mhm.
honey, I broke down,
I bet you
and
did.
because I never thought I would ever hear that. And I would pray every day, and I was praying that I would at least hear that before she passed away.
Yes, ma'am.
And when she did that, it was we had the most amazing relationship ever. Like everything else that happened in the past, I didn't say, but remember when I didn't care about none of the stuff. And
It
once
was irrelevant.
we can move forward.
It was irrelevant.
It
Mhm.
was irrelevant, yes, and we were able to move forward. And now to this day, me and my mother, we have like the best relationship ever. And I want to always, have that relationship with my kids. When I hear parents or I hear children that says, I ain't spoke to my mother, and I ain't know and I ain't calling her, and woo woo woo, I tell them, look, if you as a parent, that child didn't ask to be here. When my daughter get mad at me, my daughter got mad at me one day, View, I called her every day. You hear me? And when she
Mhm.
didn't answer the phone, I was texting her, and I was
Mhm.
telling her I love her. And it might have took a while, but then she wind up coming around. That's a duty of a mother,
Mhm.
because she didn't ask to be here. That's my child.
Mhm.
I don't think she don't have to kiss my ass. I should be kissing hers, because
Mhm.
she still have a long life to live.
Yes.
God knows how long, if he gonna give me a year, 5 more years. I'm blessed if I get 10. We just don't know that. But to hold those grudges against, your parents, your sisters.
Miss Tina, I think that day that your mom said that to you, I think that lifted a huge weight off of her and also off of you. But it
Yes,
lifted more of a weight off of her because she was the parent and you were the child.
yes,
We have to always understand that there's an
yes,
order, there's a hierarchy. And when the kids buck back at the parents and don't check on them or respect them or anything, you have to look at, well, why are they like that?
Exactly.
Sometimes it's because they weren't shown the right way to how to do things and how to raise kids and stuff. Because sometimes they was kids when they was raising kids.
And they was raising, and I see it. You know, my son, I never forget my son, his friend's mom, the grandmother had to come and stay with them. And the son was telling my son, every time I catch my mom beating on my grandmother. And he didn't know why. He didn't understand. So one day he asked her, why, if you don't want to take care of her, just put her in a home, put her somewhere. Well, the mom told him, that's what she used to do to me. She used to beat me up and she used to do this and that. So she figured she would pay her mother back for how her mom treated her. But the grandson, the son, stepped in and said, if you, because he wasn't there, he doesn't want to see his mother beaten up on his grandmother, you know, and he just said to her, if you're not going to take care of her, if you're not going to love her, like you put her in a home, just put her in a home, because he didn't want to see all of that. And it just makes you wonder, you know, you see what, when they go through that, but us as, you know, adults, and I understand that some people tragedies is harder for them to get over than others. You know, me, through everything that I went through in my life, I could never see me put my hands on my mother. I'm 51 years old and I still say yes, ma'am, when I go over there. I'm like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, because that's how I was raised. And I still do that when we go there. And I just choose, you know, to just stay away before I ever disrespect my mom in any way, shape, or fashion. I just chose to stay away from her. And I was glad that prayer is, oh my, you just, honey,
prayer helps. Oh my goodness. Prayer lightens the load. Prayer gets you through it. Prayer will help makes you can do what you need to do. It keeps you in order and it makes you feel good. People that don't pray, I don't understand. Now I cuss, but cussing and praying, it's two different things.
Two different things, right?
I pray not to cuss. Okay.
Right. There you go.
Until I'm finished.
There you go.
I'm silly. I had to say something funny.
Look, that's me too sometimes. My son, one of my twins, my older twin, he hates the N-word. Now, you know, over here on the YouTube, you know, we call everybody a nigga. It
just come out.
It just comes out. And I would use it so much, and he would say, Mom. And I would be like, oh yeah, my fault. He hates it. He's 14 years old. This kid, he does. Mom, you're not supposed to use that word. You're not supposed to say that. And so, you know, when I'm in here and, you know, and I get to having to read a bitch and I go in here, I'm calling you everything, you know, up under the sun, but I have to everything. But I know that's, you know, sometimes these kids have more sense than these adults. These children have more sense than these grown-ups around here. And we just, you know, we have to set an example, you know, for them. We have to let them know that you can be forgiving, because the forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person.
I was so glad that Queen of Crazies did reach out to me in that Instagram DM, because at this point, I mean, I had forgotten about her because we had our beef. I gave her a strike on her channel and I had moved on. But out of the blue, when I saw that, when I tell you, it humbled me and it made me really think about things on the YouTube sector. Now, I already got my other stuff thought about and planned out, but on the YouTube sector, I don't know these people, but why am I putting all this energy out here, getting these two peoples together, these cussing these MFs out? Why? Because that they attack you. When they attack you, what is the point? I don't know you, you don't know me, so now we gonna be in a beef war and all that kind of stuff, and you got this posse, I got that posse. It's so stupid. It really is.
It is. You know, I had to tell, people were saying, when me and Lovely and we was talking, and she was saying that they
Lovely.
Lovely Love, she was saying, they were saying, Miss Gina, why Miss Gina don't never take up for you, but you always windmill for him. And I said, wait a minute, let me be clear. Let's be clear over here now. I'm grown. Miss Gina can handle her own,
Yeah.
and so can Lovely, can handle her own. But when I'm gonna get downright dirty, nasty, gutter bucket, whatever, it's gonna be over mine.
Yeah, do it over to yours.
It's
And
gonna be over mine. It's gonna be about my children. It's not gonna be about, because grown women can handle their own grown shit. And you don't have to, we don't have to windmill for each other. You like who you like, you don't like who you don't like, you do this and that. But everybody is grown and they choose to do what it is that they want to do. They choose to take up for whoever they want. When half the time, if Lovely is windmilling for me or saying something for me, I ain't picking up the phone telling her, girl, could you go over there and check them? Could you go over there and let them know? Woo, 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 woo. She's doing that of our own volition. And if I choose to say something or do whatever, then I'm going to do that of my own volition. But if I'm going to get downright gutter bucket nasty on your ass, it's going to be for my children. Other than that, half the time, if they say anything, I don't have a problem with people talking about me. They talked about Jesus. The more they talk about you, the more popular you are. The more other people want to know about you. Why is that person talking about you?
Clicking the view, a click in the view, and a thumbs up is a thumbs down. They're the same because they're gonna watch. But I got something to do. But I wanted to come on, like I said, because I know it is Memorial Day, and then also that Queen of Crazy has passed, rest in peace. And then that she did reach out to me months ago and just let me know that she apologized for anything that she did. And I immediately replied back and I apologized. And so I was trying to get back into her channel and everything, and I did. But now I can't do it anymore because now she's passed. She passed on Sunday. So I need you all to be mindful of what you all are doing here on the YouTube. This is Memorial Day. This is a day a lot of people have passed. Right now in the United States of America, we have over 90,000 people that have died from the coronavirus. Oh, in the world, over 334,000 people have died. I don't know how many people have died on the YouTube from the Rona, but I know at least 12 people that were content creators who I interacted with who have died. 12 people. So I need y'all to be very mindful and careful when you get out here making these daggone videos and who you're going to drag and what you're going to do. What is the consequences? And is it really that important? Now, if we're gonna sit on the porch and play the damn dozens, like Miss Gina and I could do that. We can play the dozens and mama jokes. We can do that all day long.
We can do it all day.
Nobody dies from that. No. Nobody dies from that.
And you can laugh. Those are things that, back in the day, you can laugh about that and you can move on. It didn't get so bad to the point that people want to come to your house and they want to, they want to kill you. They want to, they want to take your livelihood away and all of this kind of stuff. It was just a joke. You just, they talked about your hair. They talked about your clothes, and this and that, but it was all, in joking. But now these things and the stuff that they do, it's just crossing the line. It's just been crossing the line. And it's like, when are you going to stop? You got folks that they're saying, I'm going to come to your house. They going to come to you. I had people folks that were saying they was going to come to my house. I said, come on. Because you're going to get toe tagged. You're not going to leave how you came. Where do we do that at? When you start going to people's house because you don't like something they said, or you don't like because they don't rock with those that you rock with. I don't understand that.
Somebody just posted my dead aunt's house, the address. That I use that as a mailing address. Yeah. They posted that. I'm not going to say who because I don't want to bring that energy over here. They posted my dead aunt's mailing address and altered some kind of email or text I sent to them. And then the aunt that's living there now has some dementia and Alzheimer's. So So I go there to try to help them. So now I'm like, I'm in fear that somebody's going to hurt this little old lady. I don't live there. I live in damn
Right.
DC. I live in DC and Maryland. And then when y'all see me driving, I'm driving to give caregiving, and they already have kids. Where are their kids at? But then I got
Mm.
somebody that's another YouTube content creator that's going to post that information. Now, what are we going to gain with that?
With that, it's horrible. It's crazy. I
We
don't
just
even
need to calm
understand it.
down.
Yeah, it does not make any sense, at all, that why do you want to go and start digging up people's, family members,
Um,
and you want to start digging up, this and that, and you want to start digging up, how many, I remember they were saying that, I have 9 kids now, View, I got a set of twins,
well,
and
yeah,
and
right. So
and
really,
they
you have
were
8.
saying I got 9 baby daddies. So I said, I want to know how that happened, because
No,
I got a set
you
of
don't.
twins up in
You
there.
don't.
But
I
I got
already
9
know.
baby daddies. And it's
No.
just like, but how does that affect you if I did? Let's just say I
What
did.
is business is that?
Well,
And
how
what
does that affect
taking
you?
something off the taking something off? You taking something off of their goddamn pockets because you got
Right.
kids? What? Oh, girl.
Because mine's taken care of. I take care of them. I get up and I go to work every day. I bust my butt I just accepted a part-time job because I've been out of work for 3 months now, and I start on Wednesday. And honey,
Congratulations.
I'm so happy that I'll be back to work, even though it's part-time. I'd rather have a piece of a job than no job, because I've worked all my life. That's all I
Yes,
know how to
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I feel you
do.
on that. And when I came in the first statement that I said, Miss Gina, whatever I have
Mhm.
done to you, I apologize. And
Thank
this
you.
is a day that we all need to apologize to people if you want to, but
Right.
if you're going to do it, be sincere.
Be sincere. Yeah.
You never done anything to me. Like I said, I don't even know how at some point we never really made videos towards each other. Fuck
No,
Miss Gina, fuck Miss Pam. We never did that, but I guess we
no,
were just
we didn't.
around people that didn't like each other and
That's what it was. That's exactly what it
Mhm.
was. It was we were around people that we no longer got along with, and you rocked with them and I rocked with who I rocked with, and it just pulled us apart. But I don't think that it has to be like that.
No, it doesn't.
I've always said that it you can like who you like, and just because the other people and the other ones are no longer friends, it doesn't mean that you still can't be friends with the opposition. You can still
Exactly.
be, so I told them I'm not. That's why I don't allow people, and I always say that now, I don't allow no one to come over here and bring me any mess on anybody, period, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I
Mhm.
like who I like, and until I got my own senses, until I see it, hear it, smell it, taste it with my own senses, I look, just leave it alone. We gonna do, because it then that's when it grows.
Now,
That's
can I? No, I don't normally ask people this because I don't really want to be mods on people's channels and things like that. But
Mhm.
I know that you did. I know you were a mod on my channel,
Yes.
and then I took it away. May I offer it back to you? And if you can say no, it's okay. I'm
Yeah,
good with it.
I would
Okay.
love to. Yes.
Okay,
I
when I
would
get
love
back straight here, I'll go ahead and
to.
make you a mod again, and I apologize for whatever, like I said, whatever I did. I'm gonna get off of here, but whatever I
Mhm.
did or said or talked about you, if you saw me in anybody's live dragging you, um, I really apologize because you know what, life is too short
It is. It
to
is.
have whatever. So I'm gonna get off of here before I start
Thank
crying.
Thank you, Miss Pam. I love you.
Okay,
And
baby.
anything that if I said that was disrespectful, I apologize as well. And I'm
It's
just
okay.
we
'Cause you
can
did get
move
some good ones in on me though, you did. I'm just I said that a bit, okay. It's
on.
all good.
It
It's all
brought us
good.
to this point, and I'm glad we look. I'd rather be your friend. I'd rather be, your cohort than being your enemy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
All right,
thank
we
you. Look,
good.
they say we got them crying. They like, look, don't cry. You making me
sorry. Y'all know I'm a wussy, but I can book
Me
up
too. You know,
and
they call me the crybaby. Now you know they say I'm the crybaby. I think VS started that type of, so you know she gonna cry. Yep, I'm a cry because I when it's somebody that I only do that for those that I care about. If I care about you and you say something about me, especially when I know I didn't do anything, it hurts my feelings. It
it
does.
hurts my feelings too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, I have so much anger when if I'm not crying, people need to move the fucking furniture.
There you go.
How about that?
You
If
right.
I'm not crying and I'm standing against the wall looking around, if I'm not crying, y'all need to see me cry, okay? Let
That's
me
right.
shed a tear because if you don't, there's
If
gonna
you
be
don't,
some
if we
motherfucking
ain't
furniture moving.
releasing it, all hell gonna break loose.
That's what I'm saying. But they gonna learn. All right.
Yeah.
Let me calm down. You know I got this high blood pressure and shit.
Me
All right, Miss
too.
Gina, thank you for letting me come on. And then
You're
hopefully
welcome.
somebody else will come on and I'll still be in I'll go in the bushes, but I'll talk to you later, baby.
Okay, thank you, View. Love
And
you.
I love you too. And like I said, I totally apologize for anything. I never meant you any harm.
I
Is that a
appreciate,
song? That's a
I
song.
appreciate that.
All right, bye.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Ta
All
ta for now.
right. Okay, baby.
You guys, oh my God, y'all don't know that just made my Memorial Day. That literally just made my Memorial Day because I've always said I love A View as a View. I love Mem Pam. And like it hurt my feelings the same way when I told y'all when Rita did that little skit on me and everybody was saying you just mad because Rita talked about, and I was like, yep, I sure am upset. That hurt my feelings. But that wasn't that healing, Jewel. It was, that's what YouTube is need to see. I think that's what it is that they need to see, that grown women, even though we act, and y'all know, honey, A View is a View. Me and Pat, she don't take no shit. She don't take no shit off nobody. Y'all already know that. But for, her to come and say that and do that and everything, you man, that's blessed. That's God. That's God right there. When can't nobody but the Lord put it on your heart to say, go over there and tell that lady you sorry. She ain't did nothing to you. Only God. God is good. Won't he do it? The soap. Won't he do it? I wish more of this could happen in these streets. I do too, Jewel. I do too. I wish more of this. And it can happen. If people was to be grown up about what they do and say, and be respectful about it, they can. Hey, Tropical Punch. By the way, I forgot to speak to Tropical. Hey, Tropical, my love. Yeah, if people were to be grown up and act like a grown up, they could do it. They could go and say, you don't, like I said, you don't have to be kumbaya. Ain't nobody asking you to jump in the bed with the person. Ain't nobody telling you that y'all have to be best friends. But the healing process is for you. And let me tell you something. I told y'all my heart is soft. I pray every night. When I pray for my family, when I pray for my friends, when I pray for YouTube, when I pray for everybody, I always ask God to soften my heart. When you pray, ask the Lord to soften your heart, because then you would be able to be forgiving when someone comes and says, I'm sorry. You would be able to be cordial to them. Y'all don't have to like each other or whatever, but you see, when your heart is not soft and your heart is still hardened, that's why you can't forgive the people. That's why you be like, yeah, whatever, to hell with that person or whatever, because your heart is still hard. You're still holding on to that mess. You're still holding on to that anger. But if you ask the Lord to keep your heart soft, if you ask him to give you a forgiving heart, a forgiving soul, when somebody comes to you and say to you they're sorry, you're going to know they meant it. You got to know if they meant it or not. You got to know that. And it helps you to heal. And I told y'all before, If y'all don't remember, I told y'all before on another video, I said, remember this was in the beginning of the new year, before actually we went into 2020. I said, I don't want no issues with nobody. Do y'all not remember that? I said, if I've done anything to anybody to disrespect them, to hurt your feelings or whatever, I'm sorry. I said, because I don't want to go into 2020 arguing and bickering and going back and forth with anybody. I said this, and I said, if anybody come to me and they want to wipe the slate clean, we can wipe the slate clean and just move forward. You don't talk about me, I don't talk about you. I did a whole entire video about that back in 2019, the end of 2019. And nobody took me up on it. What those people did were, be messy. They wanted to just, go up. It's nothing wrong. Like me and A View was saying, it's nothing wrong with the dozens. It's nothing wrong with a little gag. It's nothing wrong. Hi, Michael. I hope you're good and safe. I am, love. It's nothing wrong with a little gag, back in the, a little, setting the person straight, getting in that ass a touch. It's nothing wrong with that. Where you go wrong is when you're constantly trying to hit below the belt. You want a person to hurt so bad that you want them to be put out of their home. You want them to lose their job. You want them to no longer have a church to go to. Where we do that at when y'all start calling people's church to get them kicked out of the house of the Lord? I never forget. I used to take people to church with me every Sunday. Do y'all not remember that? I used to take folks to church with me every Sunday. And these folks said, we gonna call your pastor and tell him about your YouTube channel. Well, damn, he already knew about my YouTube channel. What he gonna do? What is he going to do? My YouTube channel and what I talk about on my channel has nothing to do with me going and praise the Lord. And that's the thing. Thank you, the soap. The soap said, yes, you did. When I did that video, it just went over people's head. It just went over people's head. Nobody paid attention to it. They didn't care. They was just going to say what they were going to say, and they were going to do whatever it was that they were going to do. And it is, it's just not, it's crazy. It's not right. People always test my kindness and think it's weakness. That's what they do, Liz. That's what they do, because in their minds, when they're talking about us, when they're, hitting below the belt and we don't respond, they take that as being weak. And then you got to get gutter bucket ass nasty and down to, just so they can figure out that you do got kahunas, and it's a shame that you have to be like that. Like I said, everybody, you're grown. We're grown. You take up for whoever you want to take up for. You talk about who you want to talk about for. You support, you encourage those that you want to support and encourage, and those that you don't. But who is it for another person to go and tell you, or to go and hype up somebody with, you take up for her all the time, but she don't take up for you. You cover for her all the time, but what they got to do with you? Who covering for you? Who taking up for you? Worry about you handling your own stuff. Don't worry about me and this other person, because me and this other person, we good. But people, let me tell you something. The one thing about me and Lovely Love, we have never ever told or said to each other, don't be that person's friend. You can't be that person. Don't talk to that. I don't rock with that person. What she'll say to me is, I know you like such and such, but girl, I don't like that bitch. And we leave it at that. And I'm like, yep, I like, that's who I like. I'm going over there to see her now. And that's how and I say the same thing. She likes people that I don't like. I like people that she don't like. I support people and encouraging them, and she support them and encourage. But when we talk out. We don't bring those people up. See, that's how you avoid that. When it's somebody that you may not care for, or keep them out of it. It could be done. Keep them out of it. You don't have to bring that person up. Hi, little Miss Nisi Pie. Jewel said, plus I know my children hurt me and they will hunt you down. Come on, that's mine. Michael said, I go to church too and I cannot go no more. He going to kick you out of the church. The church does not kick nobody out. Come on, right? Come on now, Michael. A real church. If you're a real church, and you're truly about the Lord, God says, come as you are. He ain't kicking nobody out because they got a YouTube channel. The Lord ain't kicking you out because you wearing pants to church. The Lord ain't kicking you out because you're gay, because you're homosexual. He's saying, come, he says, come as you are. So for you people to be going to people's churches or calling people's churches and saying, did you see her YouTube channel? Ooh, she cursed like a sailor over there. Did you see his? You know, he sleep with men and he does this and that. Kick him out the church. Did you know they do this and that? Really? The church should be hanging up the goddamn phone because they shouldn't be discussing their congregation members or anybody of the congregation with somebody to just pick up the phone and say, does Miss Gina go here? Does Miss Gina James go to this church? And then they tell you, yes, she does go to this church. Can I help you? No, they supposed to say, can I help you? And who are you and what's this concerning? You ain't never supposed to tell that. That's nobody's business but God's. That's nobody's business but the Lord. But see, folks always want, when they can't shut you down because your spirit won't allow it, then they try to work around it. Y'all, you understand what I'm saying? They try to work around. They want, because if you're too strong, because see, I'm strong, honey. God made me. I'm rock solid. Do you understand me? The Lord has made me rock solid, honey. I am stone. I'm a precious metal. Do you understand me? I am unbreakable. Okay, you can't break a precious metal. I am. So they figure they'll go around me. Y'all understand how that is? You understand how that works? They go around, so they try to dig up your friends. They want to dig up your husband. You know, they want to dig up other supporters. You know, those are the things that they want to do because you're not weak. And they figure, well, we'll mess with the weak ones. I had people that tell me, Miss Gina, I'm sorry, I love you, but I gotta unsubscribe. I can't come over here anymore. I may have to be in the clouds or the bushes because I don't want them to come for me. And I just say, okay. I don't say nothing else. I just say, okay, because that's a weak person. That's a weak person. Like, just like you say, prayer, honey, pray. Pray, ask God for protection. You don't ask man. Anything that's man-made can be destroyed. Did you hear what I said? Anything that is man-made can be destroyed. That means this YouTube stuff, this Google stuff, your messy mouth, your messy tongue, anything that is man-made can be destroyed, but your spirit can't be destroyed. That belongs to God. See, that's a shell. This outer shell can be destroyed. It can be destroyed. Your hair can fall out, your teeth fall out your mouth, we wrinkle, we get old. Anything that's man-made or woman-made, okay, can be destroyed, okay? But you can't destroy my spirit, my soul. Your soul, belongs to the Lord, belongs to God. Y'all better wake up. You listening to the wrong people. You following the wrong people. And you wondering why things don't work out for you. You wondering why you just having issues and why you having problems and why things don't never work out for you. You wondering why no one forgives you because you don't forgive anybody else. You don't forgive anybody else. I'm just saying. Michael said, I understand you. I don't like my friend who she likes as long as she keeps out of my way. I'm fine with that. You don't have to make friends if you don't like them. Exactly. Exactly, Michael. The soap says, tell it. Empress say, right. Jules say, that's right. Come as you are. I feel sorry for these false preachers on here. All of us must face God at the end. That part, Jewel. That part. Only the creator is worthy of judgment. Only him, Liz. Only. Michael say there is more awful sites than the tube. YouTube is just a site where you watch videos. Kids watch YouTube. Exactly. Everybody. Just Reed said, I don't know Lovely Love's history, but for the short time I've seen her, she's never attacked anyone. However, I've seen folks zone in on her like a Scud missile, and I don't like it. I hear you. It's free speech. You can view anything you want to. No one should tell you what to do. That's right. Hey, Kenya. No, Miss Google, what you just said, that didn't come from the church or God. Come as you are. No, Google it, okay? No one. I'm done with a lot of y'all sites because it's toxic drama. You all make open threat. No, that's not true, Kenya. We can agree to disagree. I ain't gonna block you. I'm just saying. It is, everybody makes a choice. They make a choice. Everybody on here don't make threats. A lot of people do make threats. I've never threatened anybody, anyone on here. But when folks tell me what it is that they gonna do to me, I will respond. Like I said, if you come to my house, now it's how you perceive it and how you take it. If you could say you're coming to my home to do something to me, you're not going to leave here as you came. Like I said, you're going to get toe tagged. Now you could take that as a threat. I made a promise. I didn't make a threat. Now y'all quoting the Bible. Wow. No, we're not quoting the Bible. You just think that. I think it should be everybody pay this. Everybody, you think everybody should pay what? Don't, your opinion, you can't get mad that people don't agree with you about your opinion. Just like we can agree to disagree all day long. Everybody has an opinion. No, I don't care who like it. I don't care for TS or Armand. And that's fine. Pay for these sites. Oh, everybody pays for a lot of sites. They paying for these sites. I love T.S. Madison. I like Armand. So just because somebody else don't like them, that's okay. That's your choice, Kenya. You don't like them, that's fine. You don't like what, see, you have the option to subscribe or unsubscribe. You have the option to delete, block yourself. You have the option to not look and listen from them. You don't have that. You have that, that we all have that choice. I'm speaking neutrally. I get that. And I'm saying the same thing. I'm not going to say I'm speaking for me. I'm going to speak for me because I always say I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak for Kenya. I can't speak for Kiki. I can't speak for Tom, Dick, or Harry. I can't speak for Joan, Sue. I can only speak for Miss Gina. Now, let me tell you, the Bible was written by man, okay? The Bible has been changed and re-quoted and rewritten hundreds and hundreds of times, okay? So when every time somebody can do, we're not going to block you. Why are you getting defensive? Why are you getting defensive? What you can do is block yourself. You can delete and do that to yourself. I'm only going to block you when you say something that's disrespectful. I don't think you said anything disrespectful. I'm real over here, mama. Okay. I think that you said what was on your mind, your opinion. You have an opinion, and there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, baby. We can agree to disagree. So why would I block you for having that opinion? Now, if you don't like what I got to say, because you may not like what I got to say, you can leave the queendom. You know, you can delete and block yourself. You say you don't do blocking. I do blocking, but I only do blocking when somebody is being disrespectful. I don't think you did or said anything disrespectful. You just said you're speaking neutrally. Okay? And that's fine. We can agree that we're not going to agree on a lot of things. There's nothing wrong with that. That's that, baby. That's good conversation. We got people attention now just because me and you are agreeing to disagree and we're talking about it. You know, actually, you can come up on the StreamYard. You can come up on the stream. You don't even have to show your face, show your picture. You can come up on the StreamYard and we can chat. Or if you prefer, you can keep typing. But we can agree to disagree. I wouldn't block you because of something. See, that's what the others do. That's what y'all used to. Y'all used to all these other people. They get mad and they don't like some shit that you say and they block you real quick. No, if you come up here trying to be disrespectful to me or to my subscribers or my members, then that's when I'm gonna block you. But I don't think you did anything or said anything that was disrespectful. I never pay for anything online because best friends don't ask for money. If they ask for money, then they're not your friend. I don't agree with that, Michael, because sometimes best friends go through things, and sometimes that friend, let's just say, I'm just using this for an example. That friend might get paid on Friday, and that friend didn't have enough gas to get to work Friday, but they had enough gas to get to work from Monday through Thursday. So they may say, man, can I borrow $20 until tomorrow? I thought I was going to have enough for the rest of the week, but I did an extra errand or whatever, and I don't have enough. Can I get that? A good friend is going to say yes. And a good friend that says to that friend, can you loan me this $20 till tomorrow? I get my check tomorrow. They shouldn't have to hunt you down to get it. You're going to bring it to them. You're going to bring it to them because everybody goes through a situation at time. Now, what's not a good friend is if every Thursday that friend coming to you asking you for money, then something's wrong. That's a person that's just trying to use you. But friends and people go through, this is just my opinion, and I understand, Michael, that's your opinion. But I don't think that person's not a good friend because they might have asked you for a couple of dollars. Who knows? They might have had to make a choice between feeding their children or putting gas in a car. Do you know how often that happens? And a friend is going, by far, they should go to their friend to say, sweetheart, can I just borrow $20? I need to get some food, and I'm gonna put $10 in my tank, and I'm gonna take 10, and I'm gonna go and buy some food. You know, that's what a friend does. You know, but everybody, you know, they everybody doesn't think that way. It's to each his own. You know. Hi, Dobie.
Hi, Gina. How are you, darling?
I'm great, love. How are you?
Okay, Gina, this is how I think. Whenever I loan a person money, I don't loan it expecting that I'm going to get it back. But I don't tell them that I want, like, so if I don't loan it to them, I don't expect to get it back because I don't want to fall out of friend. You give it back to me, I'm happy, but I set myself up that if she give it to me, I'm okay. If she don't, I'm still gonna be okay. That's how I loan out money.
And that's how, and you know what? I agree with you 100%. I learned, and because I had to learn that, and it took, someone to tell me, honey, you ain't never supposed to loan out what you can't afford to lose. You can't. You expect to get it back, don't loan it out because you may never see it again. And I had to have that mindset that if somebody says to me, Miss Gina, can you loan me $20? I'm gonna pay you back such and such. I'm just like, if I got the 20, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna go looking for it. But if they say I'm gonna give it back to you and they bring it and they send it back to me, I look at it, oh, so I got an extra $20. But if I never see it again, I'm not gonna worry about it because I gave it to you from my heart.
Right, there you go.
And that's what a lot of people does. They always give out money and they expect to get something from it. Not just getting the money returned, but they expect for you to kick their ass. They expect for you to ride with the people that they ride with. They expect a whole lot just because they donated or gave to you.
Right.
That's why I tell them over here, don't give me nothing. You know, people were saying when they got mad, you know, at me when SB and his people, you know, had blessed us, had blessed my family, and folks were saying, give it back. I said, I'm not giving a goddamn thing back. If you didn't you shouldn't have. Me and my kids said that, and I was real and 100% about it. I said, I do appreciate that they did that. God bless them. I appreciate that. But if you gave me something or you donated it to me, it's mine. So if I take it and wipe my ass with it and throw it out with the trash, that I can do that. It's no longer yours. Once you've given it, you're not supposed to worry about where it goes and what's happening. And if you was expecting for it, then that's when you need to be writing contracts and IOUs. You know what, girl, sign this IOU, then I'm gonna get that $20 back because I expect to get it back. Or better yet, don't loan it at all.
There you go. Okay, Gina, I'm gonna get back in the chat. Okay, girl. I'll talk to you at my time. It'll be 8 o'clock. Your time it'll be 7. So I'll see you guys then.
I'm ready, honey. I cannot wait, love.
Okay, darling.
All right, babe. Let me go back up. I'm going back up to read some of the chats that I missed. Okay, Kenya says, hell, I got blocked on Facebook because of the fact I don't like Bernie Sanders talking to Cardi B, but he want to talk to us. You think he will talk to Jay-Z or folks who have good points? No, he picks I agree with you on that, Kenya. I agree with you. But you know, everybody is to each his own. Me, no, I'm not gonna block you. You wasn't disrespectful to me, so no, I'm not gonna block you. You says, let's see here. Jess Reed says, at Kenya Sanders, Miss Gina is kind. As you can see, she's even dropped the link for you to come on. So come on, just be respectful. It's all love and learning over here. That's it. It's all love and learning over here. Look, one thing about Kenya over here, no one's going to disrespect you. You can speak your mind as freely as you can. We just say be cordial, be respectful. You're not disrespecting me. I'm not going to disrespect you, you know, and I'm not going to allow anybody else to do it. Michael said, if they struggle for gas, it's fine. I lend them money, but not to buy clothes online or casino. Oh, I agree with you on that, Michael. I agree with you on that. Can you say ignorant, young, disturbed girl, it just makes me mad. We live in a world where folks feed into the negativity instead of positive things. You're right, but I'm glad you won't block me. I have news I can share that's happening. I appreciate that. And thank you, Kenya, for being over here. No, baby, you can feel free to speak your mind. You can speak like I said, your opinion is your opinion, and we can agree to disagree at any point. We grown, baby. We ain't gotta act like children or nothing. That makes great conversation. That makes for a good show when you got two people that can agree to disagree and can talk it out. Right. Can you say my daughter said the same to philanderers? If when you give it, we don't care who gets it, what you do with it. That's right, Kenya. Jules said, I do the same thing with my kids. I give without asking it back if I can, but they help me. Man's too, Jewel. Hey, Cassandra Love. Hello, Miss Gina in chat. I know it's been a long time. Been working very hard. I miss you so much, love, and peace and love over here. Thank you, love. Kenya says right. Oh, wait a minute. I got Winter. Hey, Winter.
Hey, Miss Gina, how you doing?
I'm doing great, love.
That's good. I'm just rambling around and some stuff. But I just wanted to touch base on, about the whole money thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really loan money out anymore. But like recently I contacted one of my exes and he loaned me $20. Now I didn't tell him when I was gonna pay it back, but I think I paid it back like 3 or 4 days later. Like, thanks for helping me. He said, man, even though we ain't together, we still friends. He said, anytime you need something, I got you. Me and him have that understanding. We ain't been together in 17 years.
Right.
And throughout all that time, anytime I needed something, he had me. He ain't never really asked me for nothing, but sometimes I might send him something, but he'll send it right back to me. So it's like,
and that's good. That's a blessing, because that's letting you know that, you know what, I don't need it, and I'm not taking advantage of you. So I'm going to send it back, to you. And I've done that. Like, people, they never talk about, like I said, folks don't know that a lot of people have cashed at me and I've sent the money back. I've sent it right back to them. But people, they don't know that. They always look at, oh, gimme. She wants you to gimme, and you're not getting nothing from it, and woo. People don't, if I got it, everybody got it. My daughter, I used to pop up at her house, and if I came into some extra money, I would say, come downstairs, I got something for you. And I'll give her $100. I give her 200, but she'd be like, whoa, mom, this is for me. Because I've always felt that if you got it and that someone's in need, they shouldn't have to ask you for it. You should offer it. So if I already know that I got friends that are in need, or even someone in the queendom that I know that they, can use a little bit of extra help. Honey, if I got a windfall and I got some extra money, I'm going to share it. They're not going to have to ask for it. I'm going to share it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, people should. Kiki could tell you, one day I went, Kiki, you remember this. It was me. I only had 3 people. I don't know what happened during this time. There were only 3 people in my chat. And I said, you know what, y'all? I'm finna scratch off my lottery tickets. I bought some scratch off lottery tickets. And one of the tickets, I wind up, what was it? It was $60. It was $60. I said, oh, guess what, Kiki? Well, all of us get 20. And literally, I cashed out Kiki that 20 the next day. The next day I went and cashed the ticket in, and the next day I cashed apped it to her. But I had told them, I said, look, whatever it is on here, on this scratch off, we gonna split it. Now, I didn't give a damn if it had been $6 or $6 million. I meant what I said, that if we won, I'm splitting it with those that were in the chat. It just so happened it was 3 people, and I had scratched off $60. And so, and I kept my word to it. If it had been 6,000, we was gonna split it, but not everybody would do. And each ticket that I scratched off, I showed it to the screen immediately. I said, y'all, look what we won. And if they said, I ain't see it good, Miss Jenna, put it back up there, I put it back up there again. People just don't. You got folks today that they want to give you things with a condition. And if you got to give it with a condition because you're expecting something back from it, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Yeah.
You're right.
Liz say, what I do and who and what I spend my money on is my business. Exactly, Liz. And they kill me when they be trying to come and control the viewers. and get mad at the viewers and try to tell them what to do with their money. That y'all worked for that. You give it to who you want to give it to. And it's sad that people is controlling like that. But that's what it is that they would do. Just says at Miss Gina Queen Talk, it's about intent. You have to have discernment when being offered gifts, money, and favors. Feel free to add to this list. Exactly. DC 12 said, I remember that I was in the clouds. Yeah. Yep. You remember that? Yes, I kept telling, because I had those tickets. They was sitting on my table. I think I had them tickets for about a month, and then just so happened, it was just a couple of us. It was late at night. We had nothing to do. And I said, guess what, y'all? I'm about to scratch these tickets off. And I did it that evening, and it was $60. It was a $60 winning ticket. And you know, we split it, but you have everybody. I was just always told, and I was always taught that if you see a person that's in need, you shouldn't have to wait for them to come and ask you or beg you or, you know, offer you something in exchange or something to help. If you genuinely want to help someone, help them. Yeah. You know, it's going to come back to you. And that's one of the reasons why I think that I've always been blessed. That's one of the reasons why God has always watched over me, kept me safe, kept my children safe. People have always looked out for me and everything, because they know that I'm giving it right back. I'm going to pay it forward. And more of us need to do that. More of us need to do it. Pay for again. When I started doing the Cash App parties, I created the Cash App parties for the viewers and subscribers. It was never intended for content creators. That wasn't why it was created. It was created to help those that support us. The viewers and the subscribers always support content creators, but sometimes they go through rough patches too. And that was the reason why it was created, to help those that needed help and support. But you got folks that took it and made fun of it, took it and ran with it, took it and stole it and started, benefiting from it themselves. That's what it was that they did, but that wasn't the intent. That wasn't why I created it. But when you let other people, if you listen to them, they'll say, oh, she over there scamming. Oh, she getting all that money and she's scamming and ain't nobody giving nothing and woo. How I'm scamming if I'm telling them to drop their Cash Apps and I'm giving it to them. And when people would say, well, Miss Gina, what if you don't have it? We still let people, we was giving them $2, $3, $4 just so they can give and pass it on to somebody else. But no one never looked at that. No one never looked at that. Exactly, DC 12, because God gives it back. God always gives it back. Always. Cassandra says, whenever you gave, you should give from the heart and know where your blessings is coming from. That's right, Cassandra Dunn. You're supposed to already know. But I know that anything that I do, I always do it with God in mind. So I know that when I give and when I support and when I encourage somebody, I know that it's coming back to me 10 times fold blessed. When I don't know how it's going to come, when I can't figure out how I'm going to get through it, I already know that the Lord has me covered. The same way when I would try to get to work and that day I didn't have the money to take a Uber to work, and I looked up at God as I was walking down the street to meet my friend, and I said, Jesus, Lord Jesus, just make sure I have enough money to get back home. And I went to check and I had $40. So that was enough for me to get to work and to get back home from. And I was like, dang, where'd that come from? Because I spent that. But it was God. God put it there. Sometimes God will send people my way. I remember Classic Man up in the sky in there. And sometimes it would be I didn't eat lunch at work. I wouldn't eat lunch. And I might talk on my lunch break or something like that. And then he'll say, did you eat lunch? And I'm like, no. And he said, why you didn't eat lunch? And I'm like, oh, because I didn't have lunch to bring. And he would cash out me lunch money. You know, no nonsense has done it. I would leave, make sure the kids were straight and everything. And I'll be like, darn it, man, I ain't got nothing to take for my lunch today because the kids might have ate the last TV dinner. You know, you got that last TV dinner you take. And she would say, girl, get you some, everybody knows when I go to work in the morning, Miss Gina loves her Dunkin' Donuts and I love my coffee. And she would say, Dunkin' Donuts and coffee on me. Others has said Dunkin' Donuts and coffee in the morning, right after I done did my motivation morning show. And it was, yep, you had forgot your food. Remember, I had forgot my food. And sometimes, because I would be rushing and everything, had to make, there you go, there go my boo. He said, had to make sure the queen ate. And let me tell you, when he didn't send me enough for one day. He sent me enough that I had lunch for the rest of the week. I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm going to tell you like it is. He sent me enough to where I had lunch for the rest of the week. Because me, if I got my lunch set to the side and if my kids eat it and I don't have it in the morning, then they must have been hungry. That's how I look at it. I don't get mad and say, why y'all ate my you know, my TV dinner or my lunch dinner? I was saving that. No, I was just, you know, I've always told my children, if you're hungry, my kitchen is never closed. See, when I was growing up, my mother used to close the kitchen down. You know, I told y'all my mom was in bed by 7. The kitchen was clean by 6. Okay. And she closed it down. You bet not be going in there to get a drink of water. Do you understand me? And so because I grew up like that, I always had said my kitchen will never be closed. If my children or my grandchildren, if they're hungry, as long as you're eating it and you're not wasting the food, then go and do it. So sometimes I get up in the morning and a couple of times I've forgotten my lunch, and sometimes the kids will eat it. They'll say, oh, Ma, that was yours. I got hungry and I made it. And so I wouldn't have lunch. But because I do property management and I work at really nice complexes, we have snacks and stuff. You know, they put out chips and donuts and all of that kind of stuff. So I would just eat that. But because sometimes the lovely queendom, they would say, Miss Gina, you ain't got lunch, and they would bless me. And in return, I will bless someone else. Y'all seen me where I done went to Dunkin' Donuts and bought donuts for everybody in the office. That's paying it forward. Somebody do something for me, and I would tell, you know, maintenance, go get y'all some of them donuts. You know, I mean, I brought they like, Gina, you brought the donuts? I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay, we can have some of those. Yeah. And that's what you do. And so people, you know, folks they're just not like that today. People don't care if you're fed. Folks they will sit there. I told you guys about when I worked at the publishing company, the book company, when I would be there and my own people, I went through the same thing there. You know, sometimes I didn't have my lunch. Sometimes, you know, I forget. Sometimes I just didn't have a lunch to bring. And my own people, they wouldn't offer me not a chip or nothing. And when I started getting in good with the Mexicans, because they would always need help with their English, and I understood Spanish and I could speak very little, but I would help them out. And so I said to them, you teach me Spanish, I'll teach you English. And they would share their food with me. They would say, Gina, you're not eating? And I'm like, no, I didn't bring lunch today. And they would say, they would give me a tortilla, put some little meat on there, little rice. They make me a little plate. And they were like my family. So then you got the other folks looking up at me, turning their nose because they're mad I'm over here. No, I'm with who accepted me. You understand me? I'm with, because that's how it is. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my sister's keeper? Yes, I am. But everybody's not. Everybody's not. If you see your sister hungry and she got 6 more hours to go before she get off work, it's not going to hurt you to share your lunch with her, to break bread. It's not going to. Look, let me tell you something. I only see that in the Hispanics community, in the Indians, and all of them. That's what. And I've worked with all of them. Never, ever have I seen our Black people look out for our brothers and sisters. I remember I would bring extra bottles of water. You know why I would bring extra bottles of water? In case one of my people didn't have one. In case one of my sisters or brothers didn't have one. I would offer folks ride. I would come out and they rides didn't come there yet. And I would say, you need a ride home? And they would say, no, it's okay. You know, I don't have the money. I'm waiting for who. I'm like, I didn't ask you. You don't have to pay me anything. That's just how I was, you know, and everybody isn't like that. Exactly. Listen, love is love. Yes, you're your own people can be some. Kenya, yeah, definitely. You sound like a caring person. Exactly. I told you, my baby, my heart is soft. I am very caring and I'm very loving and I love people. I love people, and we should be able to support. And I've fed so many people. I've taken things out of my home to help others. I've opened my look when I was here, just like when me in a view, when she was going through, I was the first one to say I had just moved in my home. I said, honey, I got an extra room because we had one room we wasn't using because all my boys was sleeping in one room, and Angel had her own room, which she never. Actually, I really had two extra room. I have a 4-bedroom house. And Angel's always this morning, Angel was up in the bed with me, you know, and so all the boys, Benj just started sleeping in his own room, probably maybe 3-4 months ago, you know, and so I would open it and people would get up. Miss Gina, don't be opening up your house to nobody. I know how it feels to be homeless. I know how it feels to be homeless when you don't have nothing, when nobody will give you a floor. Do you understand me? Nobody will give you a floor, let alone anything else. So that's crazy. It's a shame that people is you know, that they're that way. And it's sad, but that's how folks are. People don't care that you're suffering. They don't care that you don't have anything. They won't offer you nothing. They won't offer you anything. And it's not, you know, you're just not supposed to be like that. You're not back in the day. And it's a shame that I got to go all the way back to slavery. Back in the day, do you guys know that the women, the nursing mothers, that back in the day, they would feed their husband. They will feed the men, not just their husband, but the men slaves, their breast milk for them to survive. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And we won't do nothing like that today. We won't share nothing. We won't break bread with nobody. We won't do nothing because we always trying to do better than somebody else. We always trying to be better than somebody else. Liz says, we're raised like that, Miss Gina. My parents instilled that in me. Now, if they turn away, then so be it. But we are family. Exactly. Michael said, I'm disabled and I'm frightened of people in case they say, look what he looks like. I never go out on my own. I'm always with a person. And I understand that, Miss Gina. That's why God keep you going. That part, DC-12, God keeps me going, keeps me strong. That's where my strength comes from. McTia would do the same thing. She will make sure you ate. Your plate will be heavy as she served it and will ask if you want more. Yep. That part, Kiki. Just Reed say, there's been times when I wanted to open up my home to someone, a time or two I did. And the other times I thought better and I turned out to be right. Yep. Wow, that's sharing unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. We would be my kids would say when I would sit with the Mexicans and the Hispanics, and I would sit with them and they would share their food with me. So when I got paid, I would bring like I would bring big things of grapes and stuff, and because they big on bringing fruits, honey, and sharing stuff, and big whole stacks of tortillas and different stuff like that. So I would bring tamales, and I would bring grapes, and I would bring apples and I would put it on the table just like they did, and I would share it. And then the crazy part about it was my own people, they would get mad at me even more. And I sat there and I said, but y'all was the same ones. They would come, honey, with pizza. They would come with, go out to McDonald's or whatever and come back and wouldn't offer you a French fry. They wouldn't even ask you want me to bring you something back or anything. And I would sit there and, because they always give you free coffee and stuff like that. So I would just drink free coffee. If it was cookies, I would just, eat the cookies or whatever, because I just had to wait. Sometimes I could not always, like I said, a lot of us, I'm a single mother. I'm a single parent. A lot of times I had to make a choice and I didn't have a car then. So I had to make a choice whether to buy lunch, have lunch, or be able to take that Uber home. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have to make that choice whether to eat or to get a ride back home or get a ride back to work, you have to do what's important. So I needed to make sure that I can get to work and that I can get home from work. So I just wouldn't eat. I would drink coffee. If it was snacks there, I would do that. But they were the ones to say, Miss Gina, you want a taco? You want some fruit? You want a papaya? And I would be like, thank you. Thank you. But my own Black brothers and sisters that's sitting over at the second table didn't see it and wouldn't offer me and they would throw food away. Now, this is what's really crazy. They would throw food away. You know how we do it. Order too much. You didn't went to McDonald's or Burger King and you didn't order too much. And they would go and throw the goddamn food in the garbage, wouldn't, and see that you're not even eating and wouldn't even offer it to you, but would throw it away and have the nerve to get mad and turn their goddamn nose up at you because somebody else is feeding you. And that is how they are on here. People get jealous when others will come and support you and look out for you, but they know they won't do it. I've seen it over and over again. It will be the main people talking shit about a cash app that I received or got, but they know they ain't never sent the cash app in their life. Not just to me, but to nobody. So why are you mad that somebody else is blessing me with the cash app or PayPal or whatever they choose to bless me with? And you know damn well you ain't gonna bless me with nothing. Why you speaking on that? It's a shame. It's sad. It is really sad. Let's see here. That's how I grew up. Denise says, God bless you, Miss Gina. Truth he's done for. Yep. For me. Yes, it's the love of the world. Amen, Denise. Amen. Because I just say it's a shame your own kind will take care of you, but outside of the race, someone will take care. Yeah, your own kind won't do for you, won't take care, but somebody else outside of it will do it. They'll take care of you quicker than anybody. Because I'm saying, love my Filipino ladies and the Mexican ladies. Cassandra, do you need something to eat? Do you need a helping hand? Exactly. Yep. Honey, that's how we show the world we will do it. Yep. I've always, look, let me tell you something. I've never had a problem when I would go, to my Latina side, to, my Puerto Rican side of the family, my Puerto Rican friends, or my Indian. I told you guys, I told you all, my son, one of my son is, Pakistan. His father is from Pakistan and he's Pakistani. And Literally, when I have my son with me and we go places and they see and they ask what's his last name, and honey, we get help, we get all kind of stuff. They be so nice to us. If I told my son, I said, don't you know right now, if you was to go down outside and your car was to break down, what dip them in, not only will they help get you a tow or what, honey, they'll invite you in their house to eat. They'll do all kind of stuff. I never forget, I was at work one day and my son came up there and he was coming to pick me up, and he came up and he came inside to get me, and the Indian lady was in, and she says, that's your son? I said, yes, ma'am. That's my son. I said, that's who I was telling you about. And I guess when I told her, she didn't believe it until she saw him. Because, honey, I'm telling you, if you see my son, all he needs is a turban on his head. That's all. I tell him that all you need is a turban. And the very next day, that woman was bringing me all kind of gifts. She was bringing me all kind of gifts. She gave me this beautiful, beautiful vase that came from Pakistan. It's right downstairs. It's sitting on my fireplace right now. She gave me this gorgeous ring and a beautiful bracelet, and because they had went back to Pakistan to pick up some of their family members to bring them back. And then she would come into the office and she would check to see if I had lunch. And she said, you guys haven't ate lunch yet? And we'd be like, no. And she would go and get lunch and bring lunch back for everybody in the office. We ain't never doing that. None of us ain't never doing that. One of the girls that I work with, that's why I said the maintenance guys was like, Miss Jenny, you brought those donuts? I said, yeah, I brought 2 boxes. And I went and put a sticky note on them to let the tenants know that wasn't for them. It was for the workers. It was for the employees. So one box was for the tenants, was for anybody, everybody, and the other box was just for the employees. But nobody else did nothing like that. Nobody else did nothing. They don't look out for stuff like that. Amen. Speaking the truth, your own brother and sisters turn the other cheek and won't offer you a dime. Nope. I could tell you another, Cassandra. I never forget when I got on the flat. This was when I was in my Mercedes truck. I had my truck then. And I didn't know how to change a flat. And I was on a flat. And cars going past, everybody going past. I think the gas station was maybe a block away, a block up. And I had been sitting out there, waiting out there for hours, waiting for somebody to help me. People would pass, gas, our own people. And I'm talking about my own people, our black brothers. You understand me? Would walk past and see that the car was on the flat. I had to jack out because, I had to jack out and I had to trunk up because I wanted folks to see that I need help. So then I just tried to change it. And wait, this really gonna kill you, Cassandra. I was pregnant. I was pregnant at this time. So I said, forget it. We've been out here an hour now. I had the other babies. I think I had maybe 2 or 3 of the other babies in the car. I said, we've been out here I'm finna try to change this myself, right? I go and I try to change it myself. And I was in between. I'll never forget. I was in I think I was in Skokie. I was in Skokie, Illinois. And I was in between, like I said, the gas station was probably a half a block up, and then the courthouse or whatever was like behind me. And somebody was turning in, and I was trying to change the type. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was calling myself trying to jack up the car. I ain't know what. Y'all should have seen me. I was reading the instructions and everything. So the guy pulls in, mind you, a white guy. He gets out the car. He puts his blinkers on. He's in a regular car. Come to find out, he was a detective. He was a detective going into court. He says, ma'am, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to change my tire. I said, I've been out here for over an hour. It's hot. And he said, you trying to change a tire and you pregnant? He says, no one came to help. I'm like, no, sir. No one came to help me. I'm asking for help. The kid, he was like, is the kids okay? He was like, do you guys need water? Do they need juice or anything? And thank good, like I told you, the one thing about me, I was always prepared with my kids. I told y'all I kept them little backpacks, and we would have them backpacks, and they would have juice and water and all kind of stuff in there. So the kids and everybody was okay. But he was just concerned that this pregnant woman trying to change this tire and got babies in the car. That man changed my tire in 2.2 seconds. Gave me his card and everything and said, if you ever need your tire changed again, don't you be out here trying to change no tire in your condition and these babies in the car. I said, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And he said, make sure you go straight and get that tire fixed. And he was like, are you good? And I was like, yes, sir. And I wound up, going on back home and stuff. And wind up, I think my husband was at work at that time, and he was doing work as security downtown and couldn't come to where I was at because he couldn't answer his phone. But when I got home, told him everything that had happened and everything, and we went immediately, and we had gotten the tire fixed and all this kind of stuff. But the point of this story is not one of our own people stopped just to even say, even if they didn't want to change the tire, to even say, can I take you to the gas station? Can I push you? Can I call someone for you? None of that. Didn't get none of that. It was a white detective that stopped and changed my tire and helped us out. Go give me some ice. You was trying to get out of there real quick.
Ice right here.
That ain't no ice right there.
Mom, that is ice. That's your ice cup right here.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even know. Well, go give me some ice.
Mom. Yeah,
get that in that little cup right there, that white pill. Yeah, see the white pill right there that's in my cup? Yeah, get here. You want one or two? I'll give you. Ferran trying to run up out of here. Breaking bread together is the most sincere form of sharing. Yes, it is. Hospitality is everything, Denise. That was so kind, but that was his job. Yeah, Winter, it was his job. But do you know how many cops that is their job to do a lot of shit and they don't do today? They will see you stranded. They won't help you. They will see somebody can hit your ass over the head. Do you understand? And they could be an off-duty cop or whatever and be in there. And you know what they'll say? Call the police. Call 911. That's how it is. We know it's their job, but how many times have they not done their job? He could have just, who knew if he had to be in court? You understand what I'm saying? He's going into the court building. He probably was late for whatever he had to do because he was out there helping me and my children, and he wanted us to be good. I don't know how to change a tire either. Nope. Because I know how to change one now. Now I know how to change one, but I didn't know how to change one back then. But it's just crazy, It's really crazy that the people that won't help you, won't look out for you, and they'll say, "Well, it's not my job." It's not. We know it's not your job. We know that you don't have to do this, and this, but people are suffering, and they are suffering like they never suffered before. This coronavirus ain't no joke, and people still taking it as a joke. People y'all gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. All the men in my family would and will do the same thing. I'm proud to say. That's great, Liz. Winter say, you're right, Miss Gina, but you know what, Miss Jean, some people use your situation to rob people. That's true. Yep, but that too is a shame. You can't even trust people. And you know what? And that's true. I remember a lot of people saying that they don't help folks like they used to. Because and I understand more so today. You know, this happened. Oh my God, this was some years ago. I think, matter of fact, I think 13 years ago, actually, because I think I was pregnant with Angel. When I said I was pregnant at the time, I think it was Angel was the one that I was pregnant with when this happened. God is good. Yep, he comes right on time. I remember one time I had backed into a ditch. Cars just kept passing. Suddenly a truck stopped, put chains under the car, pulled me out and left. Angels. Yep. Men in my family are pure gentlemen. And we have to teach them that. That's what I teach my son. I know how to change a tire. I got a flat, so I hopped out to change it. It was busy with the car in the foot traffic. This man walked up and tried to flirt. And they still do. You know, but you're right. You know, a lot of times you can't be you can't be too trusting, because women do things, you know, for these guys. They'll do setups and stuff and to rob you and do, you know, all kind of stuff. And it's a horrible situation. And that's one of the reasons why we you know, we going through what we going through. We suffering. And pregnant. Oh my God, my husband, I know, will have pulled over in a minute. And let me tell you, Liz, and that's why I told you, the officer, he said, "What are you doing?" Because I wasn't just a little pregnant. Remember, I told you guys when I was pregnant with Angel, I looked like I was pregnant with twins. Honey, they thought I was having twins. And that's how big I was. So when he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Trying to change my tire." He said, "No, no, 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 no." He said, "You mean to tell me all these people was coming in and nobody stopped to help you?" I said, "No, sir." And when I saw his badge, you know, that's why I was, you know, so respectful, because I saw that, you know, he was a detective, you know, and but I thank God that, you know, he did it, because he didn't have to do it. God sends angels your way. It doesn't matter the shape or size or the color. That's true, Cassandra. He tried to flirt, but he never tried to help. Wow. And that'll happen too. Yep. I've seen it. That has happened to me before too. You will get those that will flirt with you all day long and won't give you a drink of water, won't lift the hand. That's why, you know what, I never liked, just read my book. When you go to the clubs, because I told you I used to go out party and stuff. I never liked the guy. I would walk away, you know, from that guy that would try to hit on you and talk to you, but wouldn't offer you a seat. He'll sit down at the bar or sit down at the table. You know how you woman, you walk up to the bar or something, you say, "Give me a glass of champagne or a glass of wine." And that guy is sitting at the goddamn table and won't offer to buy you a drink, won't offer for you to take a seat, but sit there and be hitting on you, trying to talk to. Oh, no. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. Miss Gina, now when you give money, it isn't just for them. My brother told me this white man was homeless. He had a sign up. He and his dog was hungry. He gave him money. You right, Kenya. You right. Because I said, Miss Gina, I had a scare the other week. A patient was suspected a covert. Allegedly, no one volunteers to take care of her. I prayed and stepped in. We waited 3 days for the test. It came back negative. Oh, amen. Thank God. Thank God. Kenya, let me tell you a story. I was on a bus one day, and this was years ago. This was when I say years ago, my two older children are in their 30s. And my two old children, I only had them. They were like maybe 9, 10 years old. They were young then. So this was a long time ago. And I was on the bus and I was going to work. And this senior citizen, this gentleman, he would get on a bus, ride that bus every day. Every day he's going wherever it was he was going, and I'm going, I'm on my way to work. So this one particular day, and he would carry, he had his little pocketbook or his little change purse, whatever it is you want to call it back. You know how seniors is. Seniors, they keep their change and whatever they can, get on the bus or whatever. He got on the bus and he went. This was back then when the buses, they were still, you know, back. I told you my kids in it, my older ones are in their 30s. So y'all know this is a long time ago. That if I'm saying that the bus is still taking change and taking money. He went to put the change into the bus, you know, receptacle, and all his quarters fell. He dropped his change bag. All of them fell. I helped him. I'm picking quarters up for days. Do you hear me? I'm all up under the seat. I'm telling other passengers, can you lift your leg up? I'm looking all over. We're trying to get as much of the man's change as we can. Nobody else helped. The bus driver even stopped that because he knew the guy. He knew him very well. The gentleman said, can I buy you coffee? He said, thank you so much. Can I give you a cup of coffee? He says, you always so nice. And y'all see that beautiful smile that I got right here on this picture. I told y'all I love the smile. My smile lights up a room. And he said, every time you come on the bus and you speak and you say, he said, your smile just light up the whole entire bus. And he said, thank you so much because you didn't have to do this. I would like to buy you a cup of coffee. I said, no, thank you. I said, I was supposed to do this. It's not a problem. He said, well, the next time, if you're not going to let me buy you a cup of coffee, the next time I'm going to pay your bus fare. Don't even. And he's telling the driver, he's calling the driver by his first name. I can't remember his name, but he's calling the driver by his first name. And he's telling the driver, remember, she doesn't pay. The next time she comes on here, I'm going to pay for her. And the driver says, yes, sir, whatever. The next time I saw the bus driver, I didn't see the gentleman on there. I saw the bus driver and he told me, he says, do you know why he rides the bus? He says he does the same thing every day. He says every day he takes the bus and he goes to this diner and he has his cup of coffee, read the paper, chit-chat, whatever, and then he gets back on the bus and he goes back home. The driver says he does that every day. He says this man is a multi-millionaire. This is what he told me. He said, do you know that man was a multimillionaire? He says, and he never really speaks more than 2 or 3 sentences on this bus. You're the first person that he's actually held a whole entire conversation with. And I was like, what, really? And he was like, yeah. He said, let alone asking somebody to go out for coffee or whatever it was. And I was just like, wow. He said, you'll be one of the ones he'd be ready to leave his whole inheritance to, because you were genuine and you wanted to help and you didn't want anything from him. And I would see that man every day I just love seniors. I love old people. And because you can get a lot of knowledge from them. You know, they loving and they caring, a lot of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them. And I just would smile at them and speak to them every single day. And I would never forget him. And I don't think he ever forgot me. But it's, you just never know about people, and you never know who's what and this and that. Sometimes you got people, they're lonely and they just need some attention and they want to be with somebody. And he was one of those people that were lonely, and he took the bus every day and to go to the diner, get his coffee, and he would go back home because he had nobody. He had no family. And so, and it's sad. It's sad. Yes, that's when a real man will wave you down to their end. Yep, give you their seat. Have the bartender set you up, then move on down to the other end of the bar. Exactly. Just read. I remember those days when the guys would say, give her whatever it is she's drinking. And then the bartender come up to you and said, that gentleman over there said to give you whatever you're drinking and keep them coming as long as you're here. And then you'll smile, look down at the end of the bar and you'll smile and he'll come down there, or you'll go. if someone, anytime anybody did something like that for me, I would go get up and go walk to them and say, thank you very much. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. And then they'll come back, and that'll start off a conversation. That was sweet of you. Thank you, Kenya. All people have good wisdom. They do. And I can listen to them, Kenya, like all day. Honey, I can listen to seniors talk from sun up to sun. I love when they tell me about how they grew up. I love when they tell me about how things went back in the day. I love when they said, I loved hearing the stories about courting. Remember, we don't say courting now. The gentlemen callers. Remember, it was gentlemen callers back then. Gentlemen callers don't court. I love the stories when they say they had to ask your father to take you out on a date. You see how that went? Remember back then when you knew you was with a real gentleman, because he had to ask your dad, was it okay to date you? Not just marry you for your hand in marriage, but to take you out on a date. You just don't get none of them. That's why I teach my sons to be respectful. Open the door for her. Smile and get you a good woman. You don't want a bad bitch. You don't want a hot chick. You want a good woman. A good woman. And because see, I'm a jealous mom. I'm one of those moms that I want my son to do right by you. And I want you to do right by him. And if he's not doing right by you, I'm going to tell his ass. I'm not that mother that my son won't do nothing and woo and just take When I see him doing something wrong and something ain't right, I'm gonna tell him and I'm gonna let him know that's not how I raised you. I didn't raise you like that. Why you acting a goddamn fool? More mothers need to be like that. More mothers need to let their daughters know, why you disrespecting yourself. Be respectful. Act like you got some sense. I'm happy that my children, even my boys, if they see Angel got something on that they don't find that's appropriate, they'll tell her, go change. I ain't got to tell her. I ain't got to say, Angel, go change that top. That ain't working. Angel, go change them shorts. That ain't working. Her brother's like, Angel, go change right now. Go change. Or her sister, go change. When you're grown, you can do whatever it is you want to, But when you a child, stay a child. Stay a child for as long as you can. Because you're going to miss that when you get grown and you got to pay bills and you got to take your own responsibility for yourself. Right? If it's one, you give them the glass up with the nod. Yep. If he covered you and your girls, you walk over and thank him. He didn't stand over your shoulder and follow you to the ladies' room. Come on now, just read that part. Yes. Yep. I never forget. I told you I had a gentleman, a couple. Let me share this story time with you. There was this one club in Chicago. And if you know anything about it, it was a restaurant, a very exclusive restaurant. It was called Faces, downtown Chicago, heart of the loop, called Faces. Now, if you ate dinner there, and it was very expensive to eat at the restaurant. If you ate dinner there, you can get into their nightclub for free. If you didn't eat dinner there, then you had to pay a cover charge to get into the nightclub. We would go there all the time. Sometimes we would eat there, sometimes we wouldn't. And there was this gentleman, older gentleman, because I was in my 20s. And every time I would come there, he would say, tell the bartender, didn't hang over my shoulders, he would tell the bartender, give her whatever she wants. He would call me Smiles. I never forget. He would say, "Hey, Smiles," and I would be looking around. And I told you guys, I love to smile, honey. And when I smile, I like to show teeth, honey. My smile bright up a room, and I think that's what caught his attention. And he would call me Smiles, and he say whatever she wants, get her and her girls whatever it is that they want, and it would be me and 2 or 3 of my lady friends. They would be with us, and every time I would go there, we would go there on a Saturday. Every Saturday we would go to Faces, and like I said, sometimes we would eat at the restaurant, sometimes we wouldn't, sometimes we would have to pay a cover charge. And he would always say, give them whatever they want. And so one time I happened to go over to him, and I told him, I said, thank you very much. I gave him a hug. I told him I appreciate him always looking out for me and my girls. And he said, I don't know, but that smile just does something to me every time you come through the door. He says, you light up the whole room. He said, I know when you come here, I can see you. And everybody said that. If every time somebody would say, what is one thing that a person noticed about you? What is the best thing about? I would always say my smile. And he would say, you want something to eat? He would offer me something to eat, whatever, but he wouldn't hang on over me. He didn't follow me all around the club. He would tell me and the ladies, he said, sit here. Y'all, let me tell you, one day we sat down there, and he said, where are you ladies going after this? And your smile is like the Star of David, Miss Gina. Thank you, Winter. Thank you. And so one day we sat down. He said, are you ladies hungry? Y'all want something to eat? He got us some hors d'oeuvres. We ate and everything. We chit-chat. He says, where do you live? Now, I wasn't gonna tell him where I live, because I know we would always lie about where we lived, the area. It would be closer to where we lived, but it wouldn't be exactly where it was that we lived. So he would be like, well, if you ever come down here and, you don't want to go back home or whatever, I'll get you a room or whatever. How do you ladies get out here? And we would say we would take a taxi. Back then, the Ubers wasn't big like they are now. So we would say we'll take a taxi down there. And he would say, oh, I'll send a car for you. Now, when they say they're going to send a car for you, you thinking maybe a taxi cab or something like that, or a car service or something. Y'all, he sent the limo. Do you hear me? He sent the limo to come and pick Miss Gina up. Okay. Now mind you, I was in my 20s and he probably was in his 50s. Okay. 40s or 50s. And so every time we would go, the girls would say, Gina, there go your friend, there go your buddy. And it was just a regular. Every Saturday he would come there, he would be there and everything. And he says, I want you girls to come on my yacht. Rich, I want you to come on my yacht. I want you to go and y'all hang out. I said, we ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to wear on no yacht to go on no yacht, honey. He broke off the hundreds, one after another. Get you a swimsuit, get you a bikini, go get you an outfit. You girls, go get your hair did, go get your nails did, go do all of this stuff, right? Y'all, he really liked him some Miss Gina. So we went on the boat the next day, because that was we would go every Saturday. So that Sunday we met him at the marina. We went on the boat and stuff, had our new outfits and all that kind of stuff. He says, you gonna be at the club next Saturday? He asking me. He said, you gonna be at the club next Saturday? I said, yeah. I'm gonna be there. He said, if you ain't got no way there, I could send a car for you. And I said, okay. He said, just let me know, call me, let me know, and I'll send a car for you. He sent the limo for us, right? We go in there. His friend, we get to the club, y'all. His friend is a jeweler, okay? It's a jeweler, one of those that makes their own jewelry and everything, y'all. Sat down there at the table, and he turns over to his friend and say to him, you got those bracelets that we was talking about? And his friend says, yeah, I got them. That, you know, they're in a car. And he says, yeah, go get the one that I was telling you about. And so he goes out to the car, comes back, wrapped up in everything and handed to me. Now, y'all, ain't nobody, no man, nobody ever gave me diamonds. Okay. Never gave he gave Miss Gina a diamond tennis bracelet. When I tell you all, my girls was about to fall the fuck out. My girls was about to fall out on the floor. Do you understand? They say, Miss Gina, oh my God, you got his nose open. He crazy about, let me tell you not only how crazy he was about me. He gave me the diamond tennis bracelet. And and I had never been to his house, never been to a hotel with him, never been nowhere with him. He just loved my company and everything. And when you start talking to somebody regularly, you know, you develop feelings for him. You start to like him. I started to like the old guy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I started to like him because I never had nobody that hey Tropical, that looked out for me like that. He said to me, anytime you want to come to my home, you can come and bring the kids. He said, I have a lake in the back. We can go boat riding. He says, have your son ever went fishing? I said, no. Now I told you, I only had 2 kids back then. I only had 2, my 2 older ones. And I said, no, I haven't never took them. I don't know nothing about no fishing. He said, I'll take your son fishing. We went to his house. My kids had the time of their life. Do you understand? Honey, I had my little diamond tennis bracelet on. It was sparkling all over the place. He showed my kids just a wonderful, great time. And let me tell you something. When I stopped, you know, seeing them and everything, my son was like, you need to go back down there and start hanging out with your white friends. You need to go back, because he was just a gentleman. He was great. He was Italian. He was respectful, and what happened, and he was lonely. You know, he was lonely. His wife had passed away. His children were grown. They lived, I think they were in California. They were in California. He didn't want to give up his house. He didn't want to sell it. He didn't want to go be out there. But everybody said I gave him life. Like, he loved being around me. He loved being around my children. He would say, Gina, you and the kids, you know, y'all want to come out here? And it started by a chance meeting at a restaurant. Me just walking through the restaurant and smiling and being cordial, just being myself. And every Saturday he would see, I think it took about maybe 2 or 3 Saturdays before he actually said something to me. And he said, hey, Smiles. And I'm looking out and I started laughing. Everybody was like, Gina, he talking to you. I'm like, he ain't talking to me. And he said, no, I am talking to you. And he started calling me. I don't think I ever told anybody this story. And that was my nickname. I told you guys I don't have a nickname, but he gave me my first nickname. It was Smiles. He called me Smiles. That was it. I am the exact same way. If he doing wrong, I am going to tell him. Yep. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute when you're doing something wrong. I tell him in a heartbeat. Can you say never married, but I just sit and listen to folks talking, swinging, opening marriages. What? No way. Don't get married if you want that. That's true. That's true. If you don't want it, you shouldn't be. But you know, it's just not like how it was before. You know, and so now a lot of people, they have open marriages. They want to bring other people into their marriage. You know, some of us may not agree with it, but that's life. Ken said, right, that's not in the Bible. I have been reading. I sure hope these young adults don't think to jump up and get married just to be doing something. People don't take marriages serious. I am single mom of 2. They don't take marriages serious anymore like back in the day. They definitely don't. Cassandra said, I remember when I was 6 years old, my mother stopped at taxi cab for a man who was beaten down in front of a supermarket. She told the taxi driver to take him to the hospital and she paid his fare. Wow, Cassandra. Wow. Wow. See, it's a lot of good people out here, and it's a shame that it's not like it was before. I miss that. I miss that it's not good people that looks out for each other like before. I miss that, if you smiled at a person and you say, hey, hello, do you know they don't speak back? If they don't like you, if they don't like how you look, if they don't like your color, if it's something about you that they don't like, they won't speak to you. They look at you like hell, like you didn't shit it on them or something. And that's a shame, because it's nothing wrong with speaking. It's nothing wrong with acknowledging somebody. If somebody's showing you that, they feeling good, having a good day, they want you to feel good and make sure that you have a good day. It's nothing wrong with any of that. But you got folks that they won't speak. They won't say nothing, and they'll look at you like you crazy. It's just not like it's just not like how it was. Me, I speak to everybody. I speak to people that they don't even speak to me. And I just smile and be like, wow, ain't that something? You just said hi. How you doing? I hope you have a wonderful day. I stopped saying I hope you have a blessed day to certain people, because everybody is not, spiritual or Christian or, godly. And I've learned that because I have a couple of, friends, associates, I should say. They're not really my friends, but a couple of associates that are atheists. They're atheists. Tell you in a minute, they don't believe in God. And that's okay. To each his own. And so I'll just say, have a wonderful day, to some people. And, but you got folks that they won't acknowledge anything. None of it. People are so desperate for companionship that they are willing to agree to swinging and open marriages just to be able to say they have somebody. It's sad. That's true. Just read my book. Yep. I told you. Didn't I tell you about the woman, the woman that I knew, and I've known her for a long time, and she said that her mother instilled in her head, well, it's good to have a piece of a man than no man at all. And I told y'all about how he disrespected her so bad in front of her children and all of them that her children would disrespect her, and she would get mad and be in her feelings because they would show me respect when I would come around. And she said, they never respect me like they respect you. And I said, but you don't even make your own man. You lay down, you give your body and your soul. When you're giving your body to a man, you giving him part of your soul. You sharing your spirit with him. And he's talking to you like shit, and so she didn't get that. And she was bothered by that, but she wanted to keep that man. She wanted to keep that piece of a man because she didn't want to be by herself. And it was very sad. It was very sad. Elaine said, even in stores where they're actually paid to be nice. Yep. That's true. True. That is definitely true. I told the cashier to have a wonderful day, and she responded with Yall. That's crazy. That's crazy, Elaine. Just read. You are so right about that. They are so desperate. A lot of them desperate. Look, that's why I say tropical. I stay single for a long. I'm not in no rush. If I can't have who I want and everything with it, Miss Gina just gonna be by herself. Because I'm not gonna settle for anything. I don't want a piece of a man. I want a whole man. I want a king. You understand? You get that, classic man? He know who I'm talking to, but but for real, serious, all serious, in seriousness and all joking aside, I just want, a grown man. And if I can't have that and everything that comes along with it, I'd rather be by myself. I'm not settling. I'm not going to settle for one that don't got no job. If you a bum, if you ain't got no job, if you can't contribute, if you're not accepting of me and all 9 of my children or none of that stuff, then I'd just rather be single, you know? I just rather be single by myself. I can't do it. But like you said, you have a lot of these women, they are so desperate and they will accept that no good ass man talking to them any kind of way, playing on the video games, not paying a bill, cursing out their children. How many babies have we seen die by the hands of the boyfriend within this last year or two? Too many. Too many to count, where the boyfriend and beat the hell out of the child for no apparent reason. That's crazy. I want a man like my father. He's the best. I know that's right, Winter. I know that's right. Exactly. You know, we want real stand-up grown men. You know, we want kings up in here. You want a man that is going to honor you and cherish you. You know, the man is supposed, see, I told you I'm old school. The man is supposed to bring the woman his check, and then she's supposed to take care of all the finances and the savings and all of this and give him and break him off in allowance. It ain't supposed to be the other way. It ain't supposed to be. After that woman has sorted out, baby, this is the mortgage, this is the light, the gas, and all of this stuff. Let me make sure that I take out what you're gonna need for gas for the rest of the week or until the next pay period, and then you pay all the bills, or you put a little bit on this, a little bit on that, or whatever, and then you give him his spending money and all of that, and then you take care of the household and you take care of his needs. That's how it's supposed to go. It don't go like that no more. They don't do that. These broads come in, the man then worked hard all day, handed over his paycheck, or told them, baby, the paycheck been deposited in our, joint bank account, because now they got joint accounts and stuff. And she'll look at him like crazy, and he'll say, "Oh, I'm sure it's hungry. Oh, my neck hurt, my back hurt. Oh, baby, my legs and feet hurt. I've been working for hours all day long, and man, I give anything for a steak or something." And you got these folks that they don't care. They won't do nothing. You show me who you go with, and I can tell you who you. There you go, Dovey. There's a video on Trey King about a girl lying for the father about abusing their baby. That girl's family went over there and busted her square in the grill and said, I saw that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that. And they, oh my goodness, they said that baby back was broken, bones. It was a shame. It was a shame. And she was blaming it on the boyfriend, talking about she ain't know what happened. I don't know. He said she was crying. And I saw the family came over there, and the girl whooped her. She said, "Don't make me take my shirt off." That's what the auntie said. She said, "Don't make me take she said, because if I take my shirt off, I'm beating your ass." And the other family members were saying, "You don't want to go to jail over, don't go to jail over." And she's and the bride crying, and she said, "How you not know what happened and what went on with your 3-month-old baby? How you not know that? How you not know that? I don't understand it. My grandbaby is 5 years old. I know everything that goes on with her when she in this house. Her and Angel was downstairs playing, and she came up. This is before they left, and she came upstairs and said Angel broke her headband. And now the whole time I'm hearing and I'm listening to everything that's going on, because her and Angel is playing back and forth, and they playing tug of war with the headband. And she came upstairs and said, "Nana, Angel broke my headband." And Angel said, "No, I didn't." And she said, "Well, we was pulling on." I said, "I know both of y'all broke it." Bro, I look, listen, and learn. I listen and I pay attention to everything. When she squirts out a yell a little bit, I'm screaming, what the hell is she crying for? What's going on? I want to know now. What? So that makes no sense. You ain't a 3-month-old ain't never supposed to be left alone, and a mother is supposed to always know what's going on with her child. So Deborah, I had no sympathy for her. I still have no sympathy for her. She knew what the hell she was doing. She knew exactly what it was she was doing. Well, anyway, y'all, let me let me get out of here, get off of here, because me and Dovey, we are doing our Memorial Day show here on StreamYard at 7. So let me go and freshen up and touch up and all that kind of stuff. And then I shall be back on here in a few minutes at 7 o'clock, probably about 7:10 if I'm running a little late behind, because I got to set up everything for the red couch and all of that. And I'm looking right now and seeing that my laptop is going to have to be it's gonna have to be plugged in, because I'm just not noticing and just not seeing now that it's going dead. So I'm gonna do that. Tropical Pulse said, Miss Gina, not to change the subject, but what is your opinion on this when your first lady don't come? Wait a minute. Let me go back. When your first lady don't come to church maybe 20 times out the year, and the church got mad at me when I addressed it. Was I wrong? No, you was not wrong. Let me answer that before I get up off of here. Thank you, Kiki Tata, for now. You'll be there. Okay, just read my book. Thank you, love. For once, the first lady's supposed to be at church and be sitting right up there in front at the pulpit every time the pastor is there. The only time she is not supposed to be there is if she's taking care of church business or if she's sick. If she's sick, or and she's home and she's not feeling, that's understandable. If she's out of town and she's taking care of business, or she's somewhere doing church business, then that's an excuse. Other than that, she is supposed to always be there. How you gonna be called the first lady and be part of the first lady? She's the queen. The queen runs it and takes care. The queen keeps order. The first lady is supposed to keep order. We come there, we want to see the first lady before we see the pastor. So, no, you was not wrong to address it. They were wrong for coming at you. They were wrong for thinking or trying to make you think that you were wrong, because she should have been there. How you gonna come to church part-time and you the first lady? The first lady is the organizer of the whole church. The first lady is the person that makes sure that the church is ran accordingly, that things are done right. The first lady is there to see things and put things in order when things is out of order. So you did the right thing. You definitely did the right thing, and I appreciate you. Miss Hello, Jean, I need some prayers. I've been having a lot of back pain today. Please pray for me. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I know how it is. Those back pains are not good, because I could barely get up this morning. I could barely get up this morning and get out the bed because my back was killing me. So I definitely I understand that. Definitely. Anyway, come back, everybody. 7 o'clock. We are doing our Memorial Day show. Probably, Dovey, give me about 7:15 because it's 6:49 now, and then it's going. So I'll probably be a little late. I gotta set up the laptop, move everything, and sit everything over on the red couch. I want to get me my ice, get my drink, get me some snacks, and all of that stuff. And we are going to come back with the Memorial Day show. Thank you all for everybody that came and tuned in. Thank you again, a viewers of view. I love you so much. And thank you. I appreciate your apology. You are awesome. And everybody else, the queendom, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. Come back. Ta-ta for now.